Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the morning kickoff with unbiased opinion. I am your host, Tony, aka Low Tone Tony. All right. So right now, this morning, chat, you will be my panel until the guests have arrived. All right. So Houston defense overwhelmed Carolina offense. Panthers.com practice observers estimated 4 or more would be sacks if sacks had been counted. Bryce Young threw 2 reported interceptions, and Dave Canales called the practice lopsided. The missing starting tackles matter. They do not answer what Carolina should do when protection breaks down. Our guest will join us shortly, but we are starting with the football facts, right? So, chat, choose one for me. Understandable August struggle or serious protection warning. You guys can let me know in the chat. Again, is it an understandable August struggle or a serious protection warning? All right. So let's get into it a little bit. There's no changes to the injury availability or transaction report, so I don't have anything up, and I'm not going to go over that, especially off of information that we've already talked about. Okay, so that is what it is when it comes to that. I do know that if I'm not mistaken, Devin Lloyd is still dealing with a little knee. Devin Lloyd is still dealing with a little knee soreness. I do know that, and Darren Waller did get an exclusive amount of touches with the first team offense yesterday. All right. So the first half we'll talk about, and I think that's something that everybody is wanting to talk about today. It was talked about yesterday evening. Um, the protection problem, Carolina's protection problem. All right. So here's the facts first. Ekwonu and Taylor Moton were unavailable, as we already know, leaving veteran Rasheed Walker and rookie Monroe Freeling at the tackle uh, um, positions against Houston. Walker has more than 40 NFL starts. Freeling just received extensive first team work, but has not played a regular season NFL snap. Bryce Young acknowledged that the offense performed poorly and said Carolina must respond. One reported interception came on a back foot attempt toward T Mac after the pocket deteriorated. Excuse me. Canales identified chip, help, quick completions, and the running game as available responses to pressure. The starters will not play Friday, meaning Carolina's next significant correction must come through film study and practice execution rather than another preseason appearance. He did say they received about 75% of the work yesterday in practice, so that's a significant amount. I guess that he deems a significant amount and warrants them not playing Friday. All right. Um, what was so one thing that did stand out in this when he was saying that he identified the chip help and quick completions and the running game as available responses to the pressure. So I was under the illusion, not the illusion, but I guess what I took from that statement was that they didn't utilize things that they would probably normally utilize on game day when it comes to helping the tackles out and protection, stuff like that. And if you guys remember, just a couple days we were talking about the offensive line, especially the tackles on the left and the right side. And I mentioned that this would be a great test for those guys. I wanted them to be stressed to the max. I wanted Houston to come at them with everything that they possibly have. And this will be a great learning experience for Monroe Freeland. I don't think that you want to pacify him and just have him deal with the bare minimum, and then him to be exposed come week one. So everything that happened yesterday, I was glad that it happened as far as the offensive line, the tackles. You going up against arguably the best edge rushing tandem in the National Football League last year. Top two defense against the run. I think top five against the pass. So you went up against an elite defense, even though it was a controlled joint practice. But have them guys on the islands going 1-on-1 with these edge rushers, and let them expose them now. Anything that you may have had doubt about that game or things that you want to see, I'd rather them have it exposed now in a game or a situation where it don't count than to go out there week one and get your ass handed to you in a game that does count, and a game that is important, that sets the tone for how your season can go. Especially if you are in a position to win that first week, that would do wonders going forward. So, hey, I'm all for it. All for the exposure that Monroe Freeling got yesterday. As you all know, I was very high on him being drafted. I'm still high on him. So yesterday's practice doesn't change anything as far as my view on Monroe Freeling and what it would be going forward. I just felt like he needed to be put in a stressful situation, and that's what Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. provided yesterday. So, hey, kudos to the Houston Texans edge rushers that exposed the protection of the offensive line. Now these guys know what they need to work on. They can immediately go back to the drawing board, talk it over with their coaches. What do they need to do individually to get better? I'm pretty sure when it starts game planning for Chicago and things like that, there's gonna be some chip protection. There's gonna be some help for those guys, in certain plays, certain packages. Um, so yeah, it's cool. That Bryce didn't have a good day, so I think it was 9 of 17, 2 interceptions. He did have a good scramble um play where he did make a completion to Jonathan Brooks down the field. Kenny Pickett, from our reports that I've read, had a pretty good day yesterday. Him and John Mechie had a pretty good day for the second team Panthers offense. I think John Mechie has really solidified his spot to make this 53-man roster. That's one of the key arguments that's going to be had, or the key discussions, let me say, that's going to be had when you're trying to decide whether you're going to carry 6 or 7 receivers when 3 of those slots are already pretty much taken. So who are going to be the other 3 or 4 wide receivers, right? Again, Haynes King is not playing Friday. He didn't participate in practice. I think it was also announced that Kenny Pickett and Kyle Trask will be receiving the quarterback snaps in Friday's preseason game. I don't know, is it divvied up evenly? I'm not sure about that. But yeah. So again, when it comes to that situation, these guys are putting more film on tape. They giving the coaches more film to evaluate, and they are available. So that's going to be um, added to the discussion when Sunday come and they have to trim this roster down to 53. So there's a lot of things that's going to be talked about over the next 2.5 weeks. There's a lot of things that's going to be talked about within the next within the next 3 to 4 days. Hey, it is what it is. This is the time of the year that we look forward to. This is the time of the year where we get excited about what's to come. I know there's a lot of people again jumping out the car window with no helmet on off of a practice yesterday. Hey, to each his own. Hey, I'm not here to try to tell nobody how to feel, how to fan, or none of that. But but for me, I could just tell you, what I take from it. Is there some things that may be concerning? Of course. You want to go into the final joint practice or the final preseason game knowing that you have certain things button up, or you're on a good upscale trajectory when it comes to certain things. And right now, being honest, those tackle positions may look suspect. It's easy for anybody to say that it looks suspect or they don't trust it. It is what it is. But I do believe they do have time to correct some of those things. Now, is it going to be perfect come game one? Absolutely not. But they have things that they can build on and learn from going forward. You know what I mean? It's not like next week is the game or next Thursday is the game. They got about 2.5 weeks to continue studying, prepare for the week one opponent, which is the Chicago Bears. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that everything that we've seen in the joint practices get better. Whether it was with Jacksonville last week, Houston this week, even the um preseason game against Buffalo, and the Hall of Fame game against Arizona. We need to be getting better each and every week in hopes that translate into the game come week one against Chicago. All right. So the football context is missing Ekwonu and Moton changes the quality of Carolina's protection, but protection is a full offensive responsibility. The tackles must win enough isolated matchups. The interior line must maintain the pocket's depth. Backs and tight ends must execute their help responsibilities. Receivers must recognize hot answers. The play caller must prevent the pass rush from attacking the same launch point repeatedly. Bryce Young must know when an off-schedule opportunity is available and when the correct decision is to end the play safely. The central evaluation is not whether Walker and Freeling can completely neutralize elite rushers. It is whether Carolina can remain functional when those matchups become difficult. So, chat, I'm gonna ask you guys this question, and y'all give me an answer in the chat. Did Houston expose a protection problem or a broader offensive problem? Y'all let me know in the chat. All right. And so while I catch up on the chat, y'all guys make sure y'all answer that for me. I greatly appreciate it. So Tebow said, good morning. Good morning, Tebow. NH Official said, what's good? What's good, NH? He said, one of the highest paid O-line, no excuses. All right. Oh, that's me right there. Gerald Stick Johnson, good morning. Good morning, sir. Okay. SC Baby Wipes says, what's up, Tony Chin? What's up, Baby Wipes? All right. Shout out to you. Relax. 87850 say, yo, what's going on? Hey, you guys make sure you hit that like button too on your way in. Make sure y'all have hit that like button for me. Ben Flipping Facts says, as that saying goes, if you feel the O-line is bad, you got coaching, the GM, and the field general, because we have gone offense one in the draft and free agency for the past few years. Okay. No arguments there. Tebow said, with the film from practice, they can make adjustments in protection in game situations. That's facts. Tyree Ross said, what's going on, Tony? What's going on, my guy? Top of the morning to you. Tebow said, Monroe was not even supposed to be playing on the right side. His learning curve trial by fire. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's something else too. Like understanding the importance, even though it may seem minute to some, going from one side to the other is more difficult than what people want to recognize, or even what the players lead you to believe. When you talk about muscle memory, um, changing your eyes, your stance, getting comfortable in that stance, your technique, everything switches from the left side to the right side. So even though he's played right tackle before, extensively he's been a left tackle for the past 18 games at Georgia. So now you're asking him to um, get comfortable on the right side again, and now he got to build that muscle memory, all over again on the right side. Not saying that he can't do it and not trying to make an excuse or anything like that. I'm just saying those are things that are factual that you have to do. I think he's in a good place. And like I said, I want him to go through everything that he's going through right now in training camp, deal with it now, get better, learn from it. And then when week 1 comes around, you're in a much better position than if you haven't been tested, you know what I'm saying? Or if you haven't been stressed, if you're not put in a position where you need to make the corrections to the mistakes that you have. So I think all of this is good for him. And this is exactly what I was hoping would happen um in this joint practice with Houston. I thought this was they had the perfect talent to give him everything that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because now he has idea exactly what to look forward to starting game 1, and it's going to be like that for 17 weeks, right? It's going to be like that for 17 weeks, and everybody doesn't have the talent that Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter possess, but you have to be prepared for it anyway, right? You got to be prepared for it anyway. So this was a good test that he went through yesterday, and hey, it's a trial by fire, but he gonna learn from it. Earl said, "What's good, Tony? What's good, Earl? Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy." He said, "Tony, some of the fans going off the deep end. Yeah, I know they can. I'm not throwing no rope and no help for them. They can have it." Rock Jones said, "Good morning, Captain Tone. What's going on, Rock?" Nervous said, "Maybe in a strange way, getting their faces kicked in the last joint practice will make them perform better game 1. You never know. Hey, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm definitely hoping that they learn from this ass kicking that they received yesterday. As the media has put it. I haven't watched all of the highlight footage and stuff that's out there, but just based off of what I have read, listening to the interview yesterday for Bryce, Derek Brown, and Dave Canales, they pretty much all went in agreement. Like yesterday was a lopsided day, especially for the offense. So hey, again, it is what it is. Let's just hope it gets better. All right. King Damo said they can't protect Bryce. Yeah, it didn't look like it yesterday. That is a fact. Rock Jones says, "If we don't cut Zavala, I'm losing it." I'm glad you mentioned that, Rock, because Derek Brown in his press conference yesterday, I think it's about the 5-minute mark. I didn't have time to clip it because I couldn't believe what I heard. He says Zavala has actually had a pretty good camp. Yeah, I said it. I said it. He said Chandler Zavala has had a pretty good camp. I had to rewind it twice to make sure and listen to the question all over again and make sure that his answer fit the question. And yeah, that's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. He said Chandler Zavala uh has had a pretty good camp. So I don't know, Rock. You and I both want Zavala gone, but it looked like right now he may be sticking around. So we'll see. Yeah. But like I said, both things came to light in the practice. Yeah. That's a fact. A lot of things came to light yesterday. King Damo said, nah, Hudson ain't do shit. We already knew they was bad. Oh, he's talking about Houston. They honestly just was there to show us how bad we are at protecting. Well, they definitely exposed that. Gerald Stick Jones said, I'm thinking the coaches intentionally didn't give the tackles much help. We needed to know if we have to scheme for those situations. That's a great way to look at it, Gerald Sticks. I've thought about that too. That's why I went back to what Dave said. I guess basically, if it was like a game like situation, they would have more chips. The short passing game would probably been more in effect more. But yesterday, maybe they wanted to see what they had with these tackles in 1-on-1 situations in a game like Phil, especially if you are going like 11 personnel, you know, or you're going empty and your offensive line is 1-on-1 with the defensive line, and you're not in a position to have a running back chip and release or have a tight end chip, stuff like that. So that very well could have been Dave Canales and Brad Is it thinking, Gerald. You're right. I'm gonna say I thought this was going to be a Super Bowl year. We barely gonna scratch 8 wins with that offensive line. All right, Damo, you sound like you sound like one of those people that's crashing out this morning. Yeah, you need to come on up so we can give you a hug. Gerald said, but why haven't our edge rushers already exposed this earlier? Well, Gerald, we don't have two edge rushers that's on the same playing level as Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. that's the best answer I can give you when it comes to that. We do not have. Even though I believe in our edge rushers, I believe in J.J. Phillips and Princely Umar-Mielen and Pat Jones, but those dudes are not on the same level with Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter. So I don't know. Broski Bear said, good morning, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Broski Bear. I appreciate you for tapping in. You guys make sure y'all hit that like button for me on your way in. I greatly appreciate that. Broski, okay. Tony. Sage Dragon said, good morning from the outside looking. I can tell y'all every offense has struggled against Texans defense. Texans first team offense has struggles daily in practice during training camp. All right. Appreciate that information, Sage. I mean, listen, everybody knows how good Houston defense is. Arguably the best defense, all around defense in the league. I don't know if people thought we were going to come in and dominate them in a joint practice or whatever the case may be. I don't know what the expectations were, but like I said, again, I'm glad that Monroe Freeling and Rasheed Walker got the work that they got in, got exposed, got their ass kicked, however you want to classify it. I'm glad whatever happened yesterday happened now instead of week 1. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. Blue Falcon 6754 said, good morning, Greek. As I agree with you that not everyone has a defense on the level of Houston, but two of your upcoming opponents, Seattle and Denver, do. Well, we will deal with that when Seattle and Denver come up. Yeah. We talking about right now preseason, but no, Seattle doesn't have an edge combo like Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. and Denver don't have a edge combo like Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. I think they are the two best. They are the number one edge duo in my opinion in the league. So yeah, Seattle's definitely provides a challenge defensively, and so does Denver. But just going off of practice yesterday, that's what we're talking about. the one-on-one that Monroe Freeling and Rasheed Walker experienced yesterday going up against those two edge rushers. That's I think that's what the main concern, the main topic is right now. They saying Philly ain't far off. Okay. Native Kalu said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kalu. Appreciate you for tapping in. Rock Jones said, no wonder Brown can't get to the Pro Bowl practicing against Chalmers. Hey, don't do Derrick Brown like that, Rock. Don't do him like that, man. Sage Dragon said, also, everything starts up front. If O-line can't block, it's impossible for QB to do anything. It's a nightmare situation. That's facts. They did make comments about that Bryce had pressure in his face before he could even hit his back foot. Again, I don't know how true that is. I didn't really watch the highlights that were being put out there. I haven't had time to go back and really look at it. But I guess Dave Canales kind of mentioned that in his presser yesterday, how the pass rush was getting back there before Bryce can get set to even throw the ball. So take that for what it's worth. Whether you want to believe that or not, I have no idea, right? I have no idea, but all I know is from what they said, that the offense got their ass handed to them. So at the end of the day, that's all I can go on. HBDA fellas said Bryce is not him. All right. Gerald Sticks Jones says exactly, Tony. Everyone needs to relax. Yeah, Gerald. Yeah, well, we know that ain't gonna happen. We know that ain't gonna happen. So these two guys are rare, and I don't think that we will see a defense like this all season. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. It's good to go against top competition and joint practice. It's how you learn and get better, especially the young players. That's a fact, broski. That's a fact. Candy Girl said, morning, everyone. Good morning, Candy Girl. Thank you for tapping in, showing support like you do each and every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Showing mad love and support for the channel. Y'all do what Candy Girl said. She said, welcome to UO Sports Talk. Subscribe, support the channel by smashing on that like button. All right. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Everyone is welcome here. 100. That is a fact. You all are welcome here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. So if you are currently watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you open up another browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your phone, youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I'm at 187 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 200. I would greatly appreciate your support. All right. So let me ask you guys. Let me drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and be on the panel today. Let's see. So there's a link I just dropped in the chat. Red Swarm said, good morning, Greek. I agree everyone needs to relax. Aaron Rodgers, I think that's okay. Is that you meant relax? No, the X is far from the key, so you probably meant relax. It's just practice. Allen Iverson. All right. So yeah. So on the screen here, we do have the Panthers protection problem. Number one, there were 4+ would-be sacks yesterday. Practice observers estimated 4 or more. Now I've heard that there were 7 sacks. They say that 4 of those sacks, if it was a game-like situation, would actually have been counted as a sack in the game. Number 2, 2 interceptions. Bryce Young threw 2 reported interceptions. That's a fact. Walker and Freeling tested. Houston repeatedly stressed both tackle spots. That is a fact. and Dave Canales says that the practice was lopsided. Carolina failed to find consistent answers. Again, that is a fact. All right. So you can see what I have at the bottom. Say missing tackles explain the pressure. They cannot be the entire plan. That's a fact. So let's go back to number one. And I guess I've summarized it already and talked about it. When you talk about the 4 or 7 sacks, however many it was yesterday, and we talked about Monroe Freeling being on the right side, Rasheed Walker on the left side, being stressed yesterday, getting that work that they needed, getting their ass kicked, if you will. So what does that mean uh for the offensive line going forward? For me to be on the positive side, it means you got a lot to work on. It means that you need to be in the film room studying your opponents. You need to understand as an offense as a whole, and this is including the offensive coordinator and the head coach, what could work and what could not possibly work. Especially now that you are in game planning mode for your next opponent, which would be the Chicago Bears week 1. I don't know what was exposed as far as from a schematic standpoint yesterday, or was it just more about one-on-ones and seeing what you can do? I'm pretty sure it was vanilla on both sides. I get that. So that's why I said, just trying to remain open-minded about everything, because everything wasn't on display yesterday. But again, you can't ignore the things that did happen. You can't ignore the things that did transpire. You can't ignore that there's things that needs to be worked on. You can't ignore the fact that there are things that maybe need some more polishing, need some changing, or whatnot. So this is the moment. This is the time of year where things like this is best for it to happen. Now, some people don't want to hear that, but the facts are the facts. It's not just me saying it. The coaches have come to the mic and said that. And I ain't talking about just Dave Canales. You could pick any team. Coaches talk about the joint practices and things like that, and what's important to them, and how the preseason is the time, in practices where you want to take chance of figuring things out. What may work, what may not work, what combination on the offensive line and defensive line may work, what may not work. Are we gonna be more of a outside zone? Are we gonna be running it more inside zone? We're talking about duo. When it comes to a blocking scheme, or we're talking more about pin and pull. Like, what do we do better as opposed to what we do the worst at? So all this kind of stuff is being figured out in training camp. So that's why for a lot of people like myself, I don't put a whole lot of stock in the preseason. Some people do. That's cool. Well, whatever you choose to put stock in, kudos to you. For me, how I look at it, how I evaluate it, I just wanted us to be getting better. So when week 1 comes around, we know exactly what we're putting on the field. We know exactly what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and how can we turn those weaknesses into strengths. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, and I hope that's how the coach's mindset is when they're looking at this as well. All right. So yes, the link is in the chat again. If anybody want to pull up, and we can go through and we can discuss what happened yesterday, what could be looking for, what we could be looking forward to seeing Friday. I did tell y'all that I don't think that the starters will play in the last preseason game. This is going to be an evaluation test for your third and fourth stringers, people that are on the fringe of making the team. Maybe, even for people that probably already know they don't even have an opportunity to make the team, but they trying to at least get on that 16-man practice squad. So all those guys, this is the last evaluation test for those guys Friday when we play the Texans, right? I think we're going to learn a lot more about whether we're going to keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. I think a lot of that is going to be answered between Friday and Sunday. So yeah, there's a lot of things that's going to be answered this weekend. So let's see what we have here. SC said, "Hello, ma'am," at Candy Girl. He trying to be polite, Candy Girl. SC. SC. You got to watch out for him. Candy Girl said, "Tony, thumbs up." She Nice 21 said, "The way Panther fans talk about opposing QBs and putting this performance on Texans got a great defense. It's crazy. If this happened to any other QB, y'all will be talking junk." So what you mean by that, She Nice, if it happened to any other QB? We are Panther fans. I don't see us worried or caring about what happened to another QB against the Texans. Now that don't make sense. I don't know. I stated we got our ass kicked by Houston yesterday. So the facts are the facts. So I don't get what you're saying. Candy Girl, Panthers. Oh, shout out Panthers boy. I said, if you were as good as y'all brag about, then this would have at least been a little more competitive. Okay, She Nice. Sage Dragon said, "Y'all got a good squad. This team took it to the Rams last year and almost beat them. Not many did that. It's just preseason. Relax and good luck in your season." Appreciate that, Sage Dragon. I greatly appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, my guy, subscribe to UO Sports Talk, YouTube Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. You'll see the avatar. Because I did post, drop the link. But if you click on the avatar, the Euro Sports Talk avatar, it would take you directly to my page for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I'll greatly appreciate that. I almost said, Essie always laughing at me, Tony. Yeah, he always laughing at everybody. He always laughing at everybody. Duke Dynasty said, "Listen, Bryce was going up against the best defense in the league. Listen, he's going to be fine." I believe he will. He said, "I'm a Texas fan, by the way." Okay. All right. Appreciate you for being here, my guy. What did you feel about the practice yesterday? Have you watched any highlights? Did they say, what did you take away from the highlights you may have seen or anything that you have heard from the the Texans beat reporter on how practice went yesterday? I'm curious to know what they think on that side. And the girl, I don't know what she laughing at. Tebow said Kenny threw 2 TDs yesterday to Mitchie and John Horn. Yeah, that's right. He did hit Jimmy Horn for the last touchdown on the last play of practice, if I read that correctly. I think it was the last play of practice we hit Jimmy Horn with a touchdown. That Jimmy Horn took a pretty big shot, but still held onto the ball, even when the safety was trying to strip the ball from him. So that's good to know. And again, Jimmy Horn is definitely making his case to be on the 53-man roster, but we'll get into that later. That is the last topic of the day we'll talk about Jimmy Horn. D-Till said, we just got humbled, turn the page, get better. Facts. Facts. I couldn't have stated that any better. All right. So the 2 interceptions by Bryce Young. What y'all feel about that? I've seen some comments on Twitter. I heard some comments on some Panther podcasts last night. As I was just perusing through the interwebs, seeing what I can see, and just coming through, observing. Let me say that, observing some conversations that was had, and a lot was talked about the 2 interceptions that Bryce threw in practice. I know one video that I did see, I think he was scrambling to the right a little bit. The pocket had pretty much collapsed on him, and he threw the ball up. And the safety intercepted the ball. I guess it was like a moon ball or whatever, but it was ugly. Let's just say that it was an ugly throw. Threw it up there. It was intercepted. All right. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? Do you think that that was just something that would happen only in practice, or do you think that would carry over to where Bryce is throwing up moon balls, just throwing it up in the air and hoping that one of his receivers come down with it? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about his 9 of 17 and 2 interceptions yesterday. How does that make y'all feel? Is that a bad? Well, I know it's not a good thing. Is that a bad thing? Is that a practice thing? Is that a thing that can be corrected before game one? What y'all think? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We've already talked about number 3, Walker and Freeling being tested. Did exactly what I was hoping it would do. Expose them early. Rebound from it. Rebound from it. Because now everything that you do now only matters because it counts. I mean, not only matters, it matters even more now because the next game that you face a defensive lineman of the opposite team is going to be in a game where it counts. That's week 1 at home against the Chicago Bears. You got 2.5 weeks to learn from these mistakes. You got 2.5 weeks to make some corrections. You got 2.5 weeks to get better at your technique, right? You got 2.5 weeks to shore up these what's the word I'm looking for? Inefficiencies in your game to be prepared to go week 1. Now I'm gonna bring up this gentleman real quick, my homie. I know he was having his moment yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I hope he got it all out of his system. You know what? I know he probably ain't. He probably say something. She probably say something just for me. What's up, Gates?
Man, what's going on, Tony? Man, good morning. Good
man,
morning.
man, I can't call it, man. I can't call it. Talk to me, Gates. I heard you last night. Going through. You was dealing with it real bad last night. You was panicking, damn near. I was like, man, I hope you get this out your system before before tomorrow morning. So,
Ah,
hey, what's on your mind, brother? What's on your mind?
um, um, Well, I came in on you, speaking about Bryce Young. Hey, listen, man. I'm still a little bit, on yesterday, but when I lay down and get my rest, I try to move on from some things. But in all honesty, when you look at it, it was definitely a good test for Carolina. It was the number one. It is the number one defense. I mean, some teams tail off from the last year season, but
Yeah.
damn it, they're right back there, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's from the great leadership of D'Amico, the defensive coordinator, and
Right.
those guys on the defense. So besides me pointing so much at Carolina, I have to give those guys their respect because their respect is deserved and earned. So I'll start off with that. But quarterbacks are gonna have those dog days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some more than others, and I believe what my issue was and what my problem was is that those numbers like that, even though it was just practice, it kind of reminded you of Bryce's early years. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, like what's going on? Is he regressing? Like what? So it was a little bit of panic, but not. It wasn't a worry situation, but it was a little concern. Like, hey man, what is he doing? Like what's going on? Like what's going on with his decision making or things of that nature. But he was going against a top defense. And I will also say this too: Bryce Young is not the type of quarterback. Um, he rarely does the 50-50 balls. You know what I'm saying? He rarely does those things. So in my mind, was he just
Right.
trying something that he doesn't do, and he paid the price for it? It could be some things that he does that Houston picked up on. Like he may have the tendency sometimes to stare down his receiver, or you know what I mean, like just lock in on him, and that
Mm-hmm.
smart defense, was like, oh yeah, we know where he going, or they watch tape on Carolina. They probably seen some things, that Bryce does, the give up plays or whatever. So, I'm backing off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm and I
You back?
and I
Hey, listen, you backing away from that cliff you was on last night, huh?
Hey, that's funny that you said that because I was the key phrase I was gonna say to you this morning was, you know what, Tony, I talked myself off that ledge, man. Like I talked myself off because I don't think nobody was gonna take me off of that mug. You feel me? So
Right.
it,
Right.
it was just it and when I tell people that I'm a fan, like
Mm-hmm.
when I listen to a lot of y'all speak, I know y'all are fans, but some of y'all are very analytical, right? Like y'all know your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
me, I'm just really a fan. So sometimes when I speak, it do be from emotion. I can't lie. I'm not gonna deny it. We gonna have a long season. This ain't the first. Trust me, Tony. Y'all might hear some other. I don't know, right? I don't know how the season gonna go, but but because I'm just passionate about them Panthers, man, and I just want us to do well. You know what I mean? So, um, but one thing I will say from even watching, the blueprint the other night on Freddie's show,
hmm
I one thing I do believe about
I need to
Carolina
go back
though.
and watch that because I haven't even watched that myself either
Oh
yet.
yeah, yeah, it's it's a lot of highlights and things, and of course it's to build the Panther fans up to have us, like on the edge of our seats. But
Right.
what I saw was um with Bryce, I could just tell, like, he just seems like the type of guy, like with a day like yesterday's practice,
Yeah.
I can see him locking in on where he made the mistakes. Like sometimes, you got players and they do say the same language over and over, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's gonna learn from yesterday. And I don't see us going up against a defense that matches Houston right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's some good ones, but not to that caliber. So I do believe that was the ultimate test for us. And I don't know if you know, but I asked Freddie, right? Who sets up the joint practices? Is that like an agreement through the coaches, and then they kind of, clear it through
Agreement.
the
Agreement.
NFL?
No, it's agreement through the head coaches. They don't need to get approval
Okay.
um from the league. You know that
Okay.
the joint practices are always agreed upon. Um, the schedules are made probably a month or so, but
Mm.
before that's how we always end up knowing who we exactly have joint practices with in the preseason. Now they do decide who's like how it's going to be carried out maybe a
Mm.
night or two before, because even Dave Canales mentioned that him and D'Amico Ryans talked the night before about how they was going to script out the whether or not they was going to like script out the play calling. And I think Dave Canales said no, he wanted more like a game feel, and he did that for Brad Isaac to continue to get his experience, calling plays based off of what the defense showed him. So it wasn't as scripted yesterday, from my understanding, than it was like last week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, because I wanted to, because I do believe I remember we wanted to do a joint practice with someone last year and they turned us down, and I was like, well, damn, was that the coaches talking? Okay, so it is the coaches, right? So my thing is
yeah,
with this, now that kind of brings a little bit more light to the situation as far as who we went against. Now, I believe the NFL set up the Hall of Fame game, so that wasn't our choice. But the other three teams that the other two that we went against, and we're going to be going against Houston. Those are
hmm,
all pretty good defenses, right? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm guessing Canales wanted to put us through the fire. It's somewhat like, okay, I really want to see what these
I
guys are
believe
made
that.
of on offense. And I
Right.
believe now looking at it, being that they set it up, I'm believing more that, Canales wanted to
Yeah.
wanted us to have the ultimate test going into the season because when he first got here, he wasn't big on preseason. Like it wasn't he was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna start this. I'm not gonna start the first the starters. We're not gonna have them out there.
Hmm.
It's just preseason. And as the years been growing, with him being here as the head coach, now I'm looking at it like now I'm looking at it like you know, huh, maybe he sees the error of his ways and he's like, okay, I got to make sure these guys are ready. So, in my opinion,
Yeah.
that helped me to understand too, like, all right, come off the ledge. This was a test before the season starts. He wanted to
Yeah.
put these guys through the fire. And I'm sure when he spoke to Coach D'Amico Ryans, it was like, hey, I want you guys to
Give me
play.
what you got.
You
Yeah.
right,
Give me what you got. Yeah.
we got a rookie over there at guard. So what?
Yeah. He
Get
needs
him.
that work.
Yeah, yeah, get
Yeah.
him. Like I don't, you can't really sack my quarterback, but we'll know if it was a sack. You know what I'm saying? So send him. You know, so that to me that gives me some cause to pause. Like all right. Okay, that was. But again, Bryce throwing off his back foot, hopping in the air and no pressure. You like Bryce, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I believe I rather it happen. I rather everything that happened yesterday be in the preseason, which it doesn't count against us, but it is learning moments, teaching moments for the team, for the coaches. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 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 yeah.
Hold on, Gates. So Red Swarm said this is for Gates. The league schedules preseason opponents, but the coaches have liberty to schedule scrimmages within those opponents. I believe that's what I said, that when we know who the preseason opponents are going to be, and the coaches decide what's going to happen in those joint practices. Like I don't know how technical we trying to get here, Red Swarm, but yeah, I didn't say the coaches decide the preseason opponents. That's not what I said. Go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Gates.
no, just saying. you know, I've backed off. You know, I'm off of the ledge. You know, I wasn't gonna jump. It was just, you know, I ain't mean to make everybody a little nervous and shit. Folks probably ain't even never seen that side of me for real, but it's all right. You know, just passionate
Hey,
fan. That's all. That's
hey,
all.
hey, listen, it's all right to be as passionate as you are. I mean, uh, everybody feels different, you know. Everybody feels different. Everybody is going to go through whatever emotions they're going to go through. My thing is just that for me, that's why I always say for me, in my opinion, it's just preseason. Some people will jump out the car with no helmet on. Some people could stay in the car with the window down, just enjoy the breeze, you know, take it for what it is. Like I said, I would rather these guys be exposed, especially if I'm talking just about the tackles.
Yeah.
Be exposed now in a game that doesn't count, something that you can learn from. You know exactly where you are, where you stand. You have seen two of the best in the league, even though it was a controlled scrimmage situation. You still felt them. You still know what it would feel like to go up against guys of this caliber for the next 17 weeks. So now you got
Absolutely.
2.5 weeks now to prepare for such a thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's talking about your technique getting stronger, um, watching films, studying your opponent, because everybody's gonna be different week in and week out. But now you got
Absolutely.
2.5 weeks to study for that first opponent, and that's, you know, whoever you're going to be facing against the Chicago Bears, whether it's Montez Sweat or their other edge rusher. So again, like I said, I'm glad this happened. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping this would happen. I know what kind of edge rushers the the Texans brought to the table. So I knew it wasn't gonna be no cupcake. It wasn't gonna be no easy walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So throw everything at them but the kitchen sink. You know, throw
Exactly.
everything at them that you can, and that way you know exactly what you got. And I do believe, you know, based off reporting and just listening to what Dave Canales said in the press conference. If you trying, you know, because I was trying to read between the tea leaves, you know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna always speak positive. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be negative. He's not gonna throw his players under the bus. But I do think he gives you a little insight. You know, if you listen hard enough, you know that you can take from it and say, oh, okay, maybe this is what he meant. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
this is what I'm getting from the press conference. So yeah, I'll agree with you. I agree with you. So what do you think about the two interceptions that Bryce threw yesterday? How bad did they look to you, Gates? Do you think it's something that only would happen in practice, or do you think it would be something that can carry over into the to the regular season?
Um, his interceptions have been down over the last couple. Yeah, like the last 2 years, right? They've gone down, I believe. So honestly, I just think it was just a component of the practice. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, like I said, him trying things maybe that he wouldn't try in a game, because I do believe Bryce. Now I know he's not, uh I know he's not a like a scared type of quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe those early the like his first year and maybe part of his second year with the interceptions, I kind of think that's lingering in his head. So I don't think that's something that he wants to do. So maybe he was just trying
Right.
something yesterday. Maybe he was just trying something that he doesn't usually do. Like
Mm-hmm.
you rarely see Bryce. throw to his guys if they're covered. You know what I'm saying? Like they're open. I mean, he could fit through some tight windows, but you rarely see it. Like you have seen it, but he can do it. And in practice, you'll see him do it with each other, like when they're going
Mhm.
against each other. But when it's another team, he does try to be careful with the ball. And I see him as one
Right.
of those when Coach Canales says protect the ball. I see Bryce sometimes taking things too literal, meaning he'll protect the ball so much that he won't try things that may get him in trouble. But sometimes you have to do that, and I believe yesterday was a component of that. I'm not in the kid's head, but at the same time, it didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like
Right.
he was out of himself in attempting what he was doing. So maybe that was his time to say, well, let me try this. I don't know, right? I don't know him personally, but but again, I think it's more so a component of practice, and I believe that it won't be something that'll carry over into the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Red Swan, what's going on, brother?
Good morning, brothers. How y'all doing, man?
Doing well,
Man,
doing
we
well.
good.
Hope
We
you are.
good. We good. Come.
I am, man. Talk to me,
What's
Tony.
on your mind this morning?
Well, I just I wanted to click on the link through the armchair GM because I expect for there to be some biasness over there, but I didn't want to click on unbiased opinion sports talk because I wasn't sure what I was hearing this morning is what's on my mind. Um, if you would allow me to further elaborate. Um, I just detected a certain amount of testiness from my phenomenal host and Divine Nine brother from Omega Psi Phi. And my very first comment got pushed back to sort of imply that y'all played only against two edge rushers yesterday. No pressure up the middle, no tight coverage on the back end. And so for that, I said, oh, okay. And then the next indication was the tight yet comical, in my opinion, response to my misspelling the word relax. Excuse my fat fingers. Sometimes they hit the wrong keys. But then the third strike, which put me out the game, was my just bringing up, as I said, for Gates, not for Tony's comment, but for Gates. He went back after you clarified that the league schedules preseason opponents, but the coaches go in and determine how they want their opposition to those opponents to go. Gates came right back behind you and said, well, he was glad that the coaches get to do that because now he feels like he understands the aim of what Canales was doing in scheduling those tougher teams in the preseason. That's why I made the comment. The coaches don't schedule the preseason opponents. The league does that. But the coaches have some flexibility within that to say how they want things to play out against those predetermined opponents. That's all I was saying. But I understand that, the news coming out of yesterday's scrimmage is not good. But I tend to show up even when y'all have a good week, like right on the heels of a 34-7 or 34-13 lopsided preseason game. I show up good or bad. So, that's all. That's
Right.
what's on my mind.
Broski Bear, what's going on? Hey, Howard, I do see you back there. Once somebody drop off, then I'll bring you up, my guy. So yeah, I do see you back there. Broski, what's going on?
Morning, Tony, Red, everybody. How you guys doing
Morning,
today?
Broski with the Moski.
Yeah,
Morning, morning.
we good. We good. What say you, sir? What's on your
Hey,
mind?
man. It's I think it was quite the learning experience yesterday for Monroe Freeling. I think he's going to be a stud tackle for you guys for years, whether he remains a right tackle or moves to left tackle.
I
It's
agree.
what preseason, it's what joint practices are for. It's what preseason's for. It's what training camp is for. I mean, hey, go against the best and get tested, especially for these young guys, these rookies. He went up against the best in the league. So that's only going to benefit him going forward
Yeah.
for the regular season. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we'll see what does and what doesn't directly translate to the regular season. I mean, it's you can never, to me, go off what you see in preseason or joint practice and be like, oh, well, that's what's going to happen in the regular season. Sometimes it is what happens. Sometimes it's not what happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Right.
kind of a wait and see kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think it's in theory, like you would say, hey, the Texans are what, a top, let's just say 3 defense in the league. I think Red named the other 2 earlier in Denver and in Seattle. So it's like,
Yeah.
why not go against them and push these guys and put them up against the best?
Yeah. Well, the main reason why I talked about the edge rushers and offensive line, because instead of the secondary or the linebackers or the receivers or anything like that, because it always starts up front in the trenches. And right now, offensively for us, the trenches is, I would say that it's borderline suspect right now. And because we have 3 new offensive linemen on there, be it's their first time playing with Carolina. Let me say that. Fortin is a veteran. Walk is a veteran. Freeland is a rookie. This was only the second week, second joint practice, that you had Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt. We know Robert Hunt is coming back from his injury from last year, and Damian Lewis has had his nagging injuries throughout preseason. We also understand that building continuity, building that connected tissue with your offensive line is imperative to have before you want to go into week 1, regardless of who we're playing. And so I thought that this would be a good test for our 2 tackles on the left and the right, going against a Daniil Hunter and a Will Anderson Jr. I'm not too much worried about the Texans' interior defensive line. That they wasn't a concern of concern to me yesterday. I think the biggest concern to me was on the outside. So that's what I want to see, especially with Monroe Freeling, because I was high on him coming out of Georgia. I wanted us to take him in the first round. We got him. And so I wanted to see what it would be like when he goes up against, arguably, you can say, the top tandem of edge rushers in the NFL. And he saw it yesterday. He saw firsthand what that type of talent will look like, what he can expect. Even though, he probably won't see that level of talent, edge rushers, week in and week out. But I would rather you go through and see everything that you've seen now than wait to see it week 1 or week 2 or what have you. You know what I mean? So that was my main focus on the edge rushers.
For sure. And I didn't see any film or anything of the actual practice, but it was reported that, the pressure came from the outside and Freeling got beat like 4 times pretty much. I mean, that's the reports I heard. So,
well, that's what I heard too, because I didn't see a lot of film yesterday, but watching the press conference, watching some of the seeing some of the comments that I saw on Twitter. I mean, he got his ass kicked yesterday, and good for him. I'm glad that he got his ass kicked yesterday. Now you got something to go back and watch tape and learn from, and hopefully you get better from. You know what to expect now from elite NFL talent on the edge.
Absolutely. And your interior O line's got to be kind of like your bread and butter. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to rely on those guys, you know. So which, you know, Hunt and Lewis, you should. Fortner, I mean, he seems like he could be a solid, you know, he's not like the Pro Bowl, but he seems like he could be a solid center for you. So yeah, man.
So Gates, let me ask you this. So where does Bryce Young's responsibility begin when the protection break down? So let's assume this is a regular season game. Say we, you know, of course we're going into week 1 home game against the Bears, right? So you know, this ain't practice, ain't no joint practice, this ain't no preseason, nothing like that. This is gonna be a real deal. So where will his responsibility begin when the protection breaks down?
Where does his responsibility begin? Like, I'm trying to understand what you mean. Like,
Like when he drops back and the protection breaks down, what is his responsibility to carry out the play, or you know, extend the play or make sure that the play is carried out even though that the protection breaks down?
I mean, I would. I mean, if it's breaking down, I mean, I would expect him to be able to try to move the pocket if that's something that he can do while it's breaking down. But if not, and he doesn't see anything, I mean, I'm hoping that he gets the ball, like not hold on to the ball, you know, saying too long, get rid of it. And if that's not an option, I mean, and if it's something where he can get the first down or get yards by, you know, using his legs, I mean, I would hope that that he does that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too many times with him where it can be a short yardage situation, and he still looks to pass where he could have got it with his legs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
thinking if that does break down, if he's not able to move the pocket, get rid of it. I rarely see Bryce Young throwing balls like out of bounds. You know, like some of the great elites do. They don't see anything, they just get rid of it. But holding on to it too long, then you're setting yourself up for more negative situations, which is, I believe, Houston got one yesterday, a strip sack. You know what I'm saying? Fumble for a loss. You know, just you put yourself in a worse situation by holding on to the ball too long. So get it out your hands quick, man. It's, especially if he realizes that it's. And that's another thing, you know, if he realizes that the protection is broken down, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be me, you know, in that order, you know, trying to move the pocket to give your offensive line, even if it broke down, to still give them some type of leeway to, you know, reconnect with that block or that protection, getting it out of his hands quick. And if that's not an option, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, using your legs.
Red, what you got? What do you think Bryce's responsibility begins, or where do you think his responsibility begins when the protection breaks down?
I wouldn't say that he has any greater responsibility than any other quarterback. He needs to, and I'm not saying that he hasn't done this in the past, but to me, when the protection breaks down, he needs to slide in the pocket first off, as opposed to just escaping the pocket first, to see if he can just move within the pocket and keep his eyes downfield. And so that, as Gates just said, he can look to find out where his safety routes are at, whether that be a
Right.
check down or somebody that's breaking open that he can lead a little bit and get the ball to him. I mean, if it looks like everything is under tight covers, then I have said this in the past and I'll say it again. One of the things, and it wasn't last year, it was in the season before, that I noticed Bryce Young developing what I thought was his biggest threat was when he gets outside of that pocket. he may not be a lightning quick runner, but he's a smart runner. And he knows how to get to the sidelines. I've seen him do it far more than he has failed to do it, whether he picks up 3 yards, 7 yards, or 14 yards. He typically, when he gets out the pocket, it's going to be for a gain of some sort. So, but I think any quarterback's first responsibility is to see if he can complete the ball to a receiver. So when the pocket breaks down, try to be shifty within the pocket. See if you've got a secondary route. And if it ain't there, then, use his legs.
Okay. Broski, what you think? What does Bryce Young's responsibility begin when the protection breaks down?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like quarterback 101. Like if the pocket's collapsing or something, you step up in the pocket. That's your first move, typically, unless the pressure's coming from straight up the middle. You step up in the pocket, or like Red said, you slide in the pocket, see if you can still make the play. And sometimes your best move in that situation, if it really breaks down quick, is just live to play another day and just get rid of the football. So, what you don't want to do is turn the ball over. And, that's part of being a quarterback. The tough part, sometimes you don't see the guy coming, it's coming from your blind side. You're very vulnerable to fumbling the football or getting, stripped of the football. So, my answer is step up in the pocket, or live to, play another down type of thing without turning the ball over.
Okay. All right. So Red, I'm gonna ask you first. I think you made the comment earlier about talking about just talking about the tackles. How much of yesterday's failure belongs to the tackles and how much belongs to the protection plan? Hey, before you answer, hey Gates, let me drop you off real quick so I can bring up somebody, if you don't mind, sir.
Hey, no problem, y'all. Y'all stay to it. I was about to tell you anyway because I got a call to go to. So appreciate you, man.
Okay.
Have a good morning, Gates.
I appreciate
have a
you,
blessed
dog.
day, Gates. Have a blessed day, brother.
Yeah, have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
All right. Tip Drill Will, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
Great
Will.
year.
All right. Go ahead, Red.
I don't know how to try to give a percentage on each.
No, it ain't gotta be a percentage. Just because I made a comment and we were just talking about the tackles, and you said something about not saying about the interior of the defense or the secondary.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of difficult without knowing what protection scheme the coaches are calling. See what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you just analyze, like if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the Houston front, I think you have to say that your tackles got their jock straps handed to them yesterday. I saw a comment by Joe Person. Yeah, I saw a comment by Joe Person who took the time, and I don't know, that guy sounds like D. Orlando Ledbetter in Atlanta. He looked like he don't miss an opportunity to find something negative to say about the team. But I saw
Joe Person?
Yeah. I saw a comment from him, and he wanted to clarify that the pressure not only came from the edges, that Bryce dealt with quite a bit of pressure in his face as well. And I was like, okay, whatever. But man, all of the reports I saw from everywhere else on NFL.com and on other sites, the rookie got beat up pretty good yesterday by Danielle Hunter. And but that's what you want. That's what you want as negative as it might appear to be, you want for them to get that sort of baptism by fire before he goes against a real tough NFL defense. Not that the other three teams that y'all have faced this preseason aren't that. But as you have stated rightly so, Tony, I mean, that's a whole nother level when you're going against Houston's edge rushers. So if nothing else, coming out of the SEC like he did in college to now the NFL, to now get a feel for what the elite edge rushers feel like in the NFL, he has something to compare to now and say, okay, I mean, I really thought that I was digging down deep and I was just playing the way I'm used to playing, but I got to find another gear. Whether that be now having more conversations with Icky and with Taylor Moton, to pull them veterans aside and say, hey man, damn, I mean, I saw something I ain't never seen before with these two guys. What do I do when you go up against somebody like that? So yeah, man, I would say it was more of an indication of your tackle's inability to handle those sort of edge rushers.
Okay. Hey, Will, I'm coming to you next, but hold on 1 second. Hey, listen, we've been here an hour and 20 minutes now. If you are enjoying the conversation, enjoying the debate, the energy and the vibe that the morning kickoff with Unbiased Opinion has brought to you this morning, do me a favor and show love to the channel. There's a QR code at the top right. You can scan that QR code. It will take you to the PayPal link. Support the show is also pinned in the YouTube comment section at the top. If you are watching through Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk channel, you can also click it there. Just pull out your trusty debit card. You don't have to be a member of PayPal, or you don't have to have PayPal. Just click that link like I mentioned before. If you have not subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, do that for me as well. Just open up another browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your phone. Go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. That's youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I would greatly appreciate it if you do that. And if you would make a small donation to the channel, all proceeds do go back into the channel so I can continue to bring you a great show every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I greatly appreciate you. Go ahead, Will. What you got?
First of all, good morning, everybody. I will have you know that I will get my counseling statement today because I overslept this morning like a private. So just want y'all to know that. But
hold on, Will. Hold on. No problem, veteran. I do not see you in the YouTube chat. I don't know why you're not in the YouTube chat, but you know what? Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Hey,
let me
hey, and Tony, I can drop down and let Nick. I know I'm next in the queue when you rotate, but I need to take a call myself anyway.
He not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to drop off, that's fine. He's not in the back right now. But
Okay,
let me see if I can help old Nick out. Go ahead, Will, while I do this.
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead, Will.
Yeah. So, Red, you Red, you and Broski, y'all are absolutely right about, especially about the baptism by fire. I know that y'all probably already mentioned this. Icky baptism of fire was by, arguably one of the greatest edge rushers in NFL history that's currently playing, Mr. Myles Garrett. And Icky got his butt whipped week 1 against the Browns his rookie season. So those are just some of the things that that teach tape, and I'm very glad that it happened, because everybody's saying, oh, that Bryce carving these defenses up in in training camp. Oh, Bryce Young's doing this. Oh, the offensive line seems shaky, but it seems okay. I'm glad that you have to be humbled sometime. You have to be there's no other way for you to get better than for you to take an L and retool yourself. Get back in the lab or get back in the gym, or like they say, like the kids say, keep putting up shots, you know?
Mhm.
With all of that being said, Bryce has to protect the ball. I think I was listening to Joe
Oh, dude.
Persons. I was listening to Joe Persons this morning, well last night, and Joe Person was talking about when Bryce threw an interception, you know, Canales pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, listen, we're gonna have days like this, but when we have days like this, we gotta keep at it. We gotta keep going at it. We have to keep figuring it out. We have to find ways to figure it out." One of those interceptions, and the whole team seems to be out of sync, and that's good because Coker never drops a ball. You know what I mean? One interception bounced off of Coker's hands. Now I bet you Coker beating himself up about that. Like, how do I let a ball? Because y'all all were frustrated by a defense. Y'all all were trying to make a play and trying to force it. You have to settle down and win the rep, that very next rep. So I'm really glad that this happened to the team because this is important for them to understand both from the skill position, from the interior and the edge of the offensive line. You all have to get better in order for you to be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish. And that is the best defense, arguably the best defense in the NFL right now. And I say arguably because some people are saying that LA probably will have a better one this season.
Yeah, and if this was a real
Yeah, that's
game
true.
and Freeland was struggling like that, Rasheed Walker seems to be doing well on the left by himself. Like 2 ways or 3 ways to really like counter a tackle who's struggling. You know what I mean? A DN who's getting off on a certain tackle. You're gonna tip with a tight end, so they probably do that. You know, if this was an actual game, you're also going to design some runs to run right at that D end who's getting off. You know, that serves 2 purposes. It kind of negates his ability to pass rush and also gives the tackle who's struggling some confidence, is giving him a chance to punch that guy back in the mouth on some run blocking. You know what I mean? Or you're just going to like slide the protection somehow and have a lineman kind of help as well, another lineman. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like they did that yesterday. It sounds more like they just let Freeling out there to fend for himself, see what he has, get him those reps against some elite talent. But if it was a game, I think they would have treated it a little differently.
I definitely see your point there, and I think somebody else mentioned that earlier on in the chat, and I share that same sentiment. Neither it may have been a situation where they left Freeland out there on his own and see exactly what he can and what he can't handle. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a baptism by fire type of situation, which is I'm glad that it happened.
Absolutely.
Whatever the mindset or the thinking was that went into the protection yesterday or what have you. I'm just glad that he was exposed by that level of talent, from Will Anderson or Daniil Hunter. And now you got 2.5 weeks to find the corrections, make some adjustments, work on technique, whatever that needs to be done. You got 2.5 weeks now, before the regular season. PPP, what's going on? Hey,
Well,
Nick, I see you back there in the Nick. I see you back there in the back, Nick. I'll bring you up as soon as somebody drop off. PPP, what's
well,
going on, dog?
well, greetings and salutations, gentlemen. It's a wonderful morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The birds are chirping, and I believe Bryce Young is getting ready to get the reins and propel us to the Super Bowl. Anyway, I agree wholeheartedly with what was spoken, and I also believe that in this time period that we're having practices and preseason, your end goal should not only be to win the rep or to win the practice, but to see where your inefficiencies are, to see where the things are at that you are lacking in. And that's exactly what they did. See, uh, people care more about off season because they can't see beyond what they see. And preseason,
What you mean by that? Expound on that a little bit.
yeah, absolutely. So when you see something, like say for instance, week one, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
let's even go to the Hall of Fame game, right? You go to the Hall of Fame game and you look at this amazing performance that Haynes King accomplished, but you leave things out. See, you see something, but you really didn't see what you saw. So you see Haynes King go out there and go crazy, but you neglect to bring up the fact of that was twos, threes, and fours, and it was a level of competition that was going to be far more subdued than what he would be dealing with if he played week one, week two, week three, week four of the regular season in the NFL. So you superimpose
Yeah.
his production over what you think he's going to do against real talent, and the two just can't. You can't. There's no equivalent to it. There's none. So you do the
Got you.
opposite. You do the opposite when it comes down to practice with Bryce Young, and you say, "Look, he's throwing interceptions. He's getting tackled." Well, uh, the whole basis of practice is to get better. Is to see where the limitations are, where we excel at. And I agree. They probably did put Monroe Freeling out there to see what he can do, so that when the regular season come, air quotations, when it matters, we can have the proper adjustments and not believe that just because he's such a large human that he's going to be able to handle
Yeah.
someone who has time vested in the NFL. So they saw the situation, but they really didn't see the backstory behind everything. They just went off of what was reported, and unfortunately, that does nothing but put false narratives out there because you don't know, you're not in the inner workings of practice. And I had a conversation with a good brother, and I said, "Let me ask you a question: are they scheming against the other team during practice? Like, are they are they do they put together a game plan for practice?
Yeah.
Are they doing that?
Or, or,
Are,
or you asking me, or you just saying? You just.
I'm just well I'm asking
Oh,
and
okay,
saying,
okay.
do they go in, do they watch a week worth of film to see who they need to
No,
isolate,
no,
exactly,
no.
exactly. So why are we going so crazy, memes going across the internet about Bryce Young this? Yo, this is just practice. And that's
Oh, they
exactly
got
what Bryce
memes
Young
out
said.
there.
Bro,
I ain't
listen,
seen
man,
those.
bro, it's crazy, bro.
I
Bro, it's
didn't think
crazy.
Haynes King played yesterday.
Bro, it's crazy,
What,
bro.
what'd you say? What'd you say, Broski?
No, I said I didn't think Haynes King played yesterday. I
No, he
thought he.
didn't. Haynes King didn't. No, Haynes King
We,
didn't play yesterday.
he didn't
No,
play. No.
no, no. He didn't practice. He's out. He's out.
Got it.
He
Yeah.
won't play Friday neither.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right. So earlier, Will, you wasn't on here.
Hmm.
Earlier when I first posed this question, and I think we pretty much already got an answer on it though. Did Houston expose a protection problem or a broader offensive problem? Do you think it was just isolated to the edges against the tackles yesterday, or do you think
No.
that there's a more
No.
broader, or do you think there's a more broader offensive problem that we need to deal with before week one against the Bears?
I think. I think. I think it's a little bit of both. But if you were to pin me down and I get a priority, it showed that we have a skill gap one on one on a tackle against a Daniil Hunter and Anderson. Like you that's just an understood fact. You know, we don't have that level of talent on the outside. So you have to chip block, you got those screens, you got to dump off, you got to run the ball. There's a lot of things you're going to have to be able to do in order to effectively slow down that pass rush. I don't know if there's a scheme problem or a broader offensive problem because I think it was Broski was saying, I think they left him on the island to see what the hell he had. So I don't know if I don't think that there's a broader offensive problem.
Right.
Because they've been able to operate as an offensive line before. I think that they wanted teach tape and they got it. And I think it was somebody that said that I know I was looking through your chats when you was bringing it up. Someone said that wasn't on Coker. Coker didn't drop the ball. I didn't watch any of the film. All I'm saying is,
that was B. Let me use his proper name. That was B.A. Magneto that made that comment. Go ahead.
Okay. That Magneto.
Yeah.
So
Magneto brought that up.
I'm only reporting what the reporters said. I don't know for sure. I mean, so don't shoot me. I wasn't there. But that's what they said. You know, if you got a video that proves otherwise, okay, there was 2 interceptions. Got them. They were both on Bryce. That is inconsequential to that germane to the problem at hand. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tony.
PPP, what? Yeah, go ahead.
So, of course, I'm reading the chat, and I just want to say one thing. Nick Gaskins don't have no neck. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
They was on your top. I was wondering if you seen what.
I saw Nick Gaskins talking about. Yeah, I saw. And Damo talking about. Go ahead and talk. He said they're gonna sit your behind down somewhere, sir.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Tony.
Let me go. You about to say something, Broski?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I thought Broski was saying okay. I'm gonna ask Broski. I go to you on this one first, and then I come to you, PPP. Can Carolina properly correct these problems without giving its starters another preseason snap? Because as you know, Dave Canales has already said they are not playing Friday. They received 75% of the snaps yesterday, which is what I have been saying. I doubt very seriously that they were going to play Friday in this last preseason game. But do you think the corrections can be made without giving them another snap in the preseason?
Absolutely. And I wouldn't play any starters in the last preseason game, either side of the ball. Wouldn't play one starter. I think the O-line will be fine.
Even though the offense basically got their ass handed to them yesterday, the offensive line, like Dave Canales said, it was so lopsided. You still don't think they should have played or should play a couple snaps, a series or two, Friday to try to get that bad taste out their mouth? Because that's what happened in the, if I'm not mistaken, in the, I take that back because no, we didn't joint practice with Buffalo. Go ahead, sir. My bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not a believer in these preseason games. I just don't think they're worth it. You're running vanilla offense going against a vanilla defense. You're not playing like how you're going to approach a regular season game. I think can actually do more harm than good. And honestly, the only thing I get out of like preseason, the only thing I care about is who gets injured. You know what I mean? You just want to avoid injuries. So to me, preseason's more for the guys trying to make the final 2 or 3 roster spots on a team that might need to get filled. The joint practices are more for the first team players. So, yeah, man, I'm not putting any starters out there this next preseason game. And like I said, I think on paper, like You know, you got Hunt, you got Lewis, you got Rasheed Walker, you got Fortner, and I think Freeling's going to be fine at right tackle. I really do, man. I think he'll be a heck of a player for you, and you're going to see him get better as the season goes on. Yeah, no, I'm not playing him in preseason.
Hey, Darth Jar Jar said, "Can we make Bryce QB3? He. Absolutely, we can, but it would never happen." I hope that answers your question. Go ahead, Will. What you got?
Yeah, I wouldn't start any. I wouldn't put any starters out there. I wouldn't put the first team out there.
Right.
Having a bad taste in their mouth. Why are we getting it out their mouth?
Hey, yo.
Yo, pause.
Why we get
Flag on the play?
Hey, yo.
God damn.
No, dude. Oh shit. Oh man. Why would we rinse that bad taste out their mouth?
Oh boy, I got
Hey,
real
yo.
tears.
Oh Jesus.
Yo.
Hey yo. Why would we rinse this bad taste out their
CJ,
mouth?
I know CJ in the chat. Throw the flag, CJ. throw the flag. God damn.
I'm sorry. I'm not as mature as I need to be, so I apologize.
Hey.
But your timing was exquisite.
Oh God.
No, hey, your timing whooped the ass right there. Hey, but you know, like Broski said, you're not risking injury, and I'm not risking injury to help them feel better about getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. You know what? And you know what? Maybe everybody will spend a little more time in the film room. Maybe people will spend a little more time after practice talking about protection packages. Maybe the way the offensive line is connected to the quarterback, it was connected to the running back, and how they see the protection packages. Maybe they spend a little more time thinking through that. That's what I think should happen. Not so much, let me get this taste out your mouth because you got your butt whipped. No, let that blood, go ahead and taste that blood that's in your mouth because you got punched in the face.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Go ahead, PPP. What you got?
Yeah.
Do you think we can properly correct these problems without another preseason snap?
Yeah. Like, preseason means absolutely nothing to me. It really does. I mean, preseason is absolutely nothing when it comes down to the starters. It doesn't say much. Preseason for me is looking at your fringe players, your bubble players for depth, and
Yeah.
we're not putting our best packages out there. We're not rolling out, this block here and, motion across, got chips. Like we're not doing that to that extent. So what? Let them win. When's the preseason game again with the Houston Texans? Is it tonight?
No, Friday.
Friday?
It's right. Yeah.
Who cares? Like,
hey, hold it.
It's on my bad.
Go ahead, broski.
No, I was going to say it's actually the preseason. I'm against preseason so much that like I actually think there's more of a chance you develop a bad habit if you're a starter than actually have a meaningful rep that's going to help you improve.
Okay.
Because you're not playing like you would. You know what I mean? You're not playing like you would in the regular season. I'll drop the tone. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah. No problem, man. Hey, I could bring you back up, but I need to try to bring up this one other person that's waiting in the
Yeah, no problem, man.
backstage.
Hey,
you guys have a great
talking
day.
to you again. Good talking to you again, there, broski.
Yeah, man. You too. You guys
appreciate you pulling up.
All right, now.
All right, man. Where's Slick Nick? What's going on?
What's good?
And Nick Tri-State, I do see you back there in the back as well. As soon as I I get a spot open, I'll bring you up. But what's going on, Nick? You in the chat choosing violence
No,
already.
I ain't choosing violence, man. I'm just messing with PPP one thing, but in any other thing, just I heard y'all talking, man. I don't think people realize that how good this defense was last year, and they only
hey
got
Nick.
better. What's up,
Nick? Hold that thought. Hey, PPP, I'm just gonna put you backstage because Nick Tri-State says he has something that he needs to say, and it's only gonna take 2 minutes. Don't drop off. I'm just gonna put you backstage for a second, PPP.
Nope.
Oh,
Don't put me.
well,
Nope.
Nick.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
there.
Nope. 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 Nope.
You
I'm
said,
not going nowhere. Nope. I'll just play. Go ahead, man.
all right.
He said
Hold
he
on.
refused. He said bump Nick.
Hold your thought, Nick Gaskins. Hold your thought. Tri-State, what's going on, man?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Good morning.
What's
I
good?
just find it very alarming how the Panthers media lied to us yesterday.
How so? What happened?
They reported that Bryce threw 2 interceptions and that the second one hit Coker in the hands. I saw through the Houston Texans video site that second interception did not hit Coker in the hands at all. It was actually just a terrible play by Bryce. And I just think either one of two things happened. They're lying to protect Bryce, or he threw more than 2 interceptions that were reported. And I just find it very alarming. That is a big red flag to me.
Well, let me ask you this, because I don't know. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit here and try to dispute what you're saying about that. Could it be that they reported on something that maybe they didn't have a real good angle or the best angle on to tell whether or not it hit him in the hands or not? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
I guess. Nah, there's no shot. I'm gonna send it to you in the private chat. You guys could all check it out right now. Hold on.
Okay. Is it the one where he kind of rolled out somebody need to turn Nick, you need to turn your radio down because I hear myself echoing. Was it the one where he rolled out to the right a little bit and threw it up and the safety intercepted the ball? Because I did see that one interception.
That was the first one. That's the first one. Yeah.
That was the
No,
first
that's
one?
the first one. The
Okay.
one I just
All right.
posted in the private chat is the supposed second one that they said hit Coker in the hands. You see, Bryce drops back. He jumps in the air. He leaves his feet, and then the pocket starts collapsing, and he just throws it straight to Kalen Bullock.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you could. I mean, any angle is not going to see. Coker didn't even stretch his hands out for the throw,
Yeah. Well,
and Bullock just
I didn't
jumped
see
it.
that interception. I haven't seen no reports of what they were talking about. But
Mike K reported that Bryce went 9 of 17 with 2 interceptions.
yeah, I did see that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, I don't know how true any of that is. I just don't know. I just know, just going off of what Dave Canales and Bryce even said, and even Derek Brown said in their press conference, hey, the Texans pretty much won the day, especially our first team offense against their defense. Dave Canales said it was lopsided. They basically got their ass kicked. So I mean, that's all I can go off of. Yeah. So I'm not. I don't know what report or who reported this or reported that. I when it comes to that, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Hey Nick, let me.
I don't care either.
Go ahead. You but.
I just don't want to get
Yeah.
lied to.
No, I feel you.
So
I feel you.
know what I'm saying?
can I just throw this out
Go
there?
ahead, Will.
I don't think that the reporters lied. Like, for example, somebody tweeted that and then said, "Let me deliberately lie to the Panther fan base to protect Bryce Young." I don't think that that's what happened. If they misreported something, blame it on their head, not their heart. Like so. I don't think that Joe Persons, and we all know Joe Persons is very, very specific on his reporting. He's not. I don't take Joe Persons as that type of person. They might have said something, and we're very sensitive to anything positive or negative to Bryce. So I just wanted to make sure that I said that little pieces. I don't think that was designed to protect Bryce Young. I don't think that any reporter has that as a narrative to do.
No.
I sure hope not. I sure hope not.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact. I know, and it's unfortunate that D'Amico Ryans doesn't want to play their starters. I was hoping that the starters could get a couple drives out, because I don't like the fact of ending essentially your preseason on a bad note. I just don't like
Gotcha.
that. I'm of the mentality of, you want to end the preseason strong and have some confidence going into the season, and we did not end the joint practices
I
yesterday
agree
on a
with you
high
on that
note.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I can agree with that. I see I see where you're coming from.
I
yeah,
think getting punched.
see where
I
you're
think
coming
getting
from.
punched in the face gives you more. No disrespect to what your feelings, but
no, I feel you. Hey, listen, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
getting your
right. You're
ass
All right,
whooped
absolutely
Nick.
right.
sometimes.
Let me
Sometimes getting your ass
let
whooped.
me
Oh, go
hold
ahead.
on, Nick. Hold on, Nick. Hey, Tri-State, let me drop you back off and
Yes,
bring
sir. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day,
PPP
fellas.
back up.
Hey,
Have a
take
great
All
care,
right,
day. All
thank
Nick.
you,
right.
man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that information. Appreciate that information. All right.
Now you had me
So
outside.
Bishop,
You had me outside in the cold rain for about
It's
5
good for you.
minutes.
It's good for you.
Bears are used to hibernation. They used to the cold weather like
Okay,
that. They got that
okay.
thick coat.
Yeah, I hope the next time you get a biscuit, I hope you got dang, yeah. Oh, you got no water by you. Dry cornbread
But
eating.
yeah, y'all tell me, y'all know any more about what Tri-State was talking about? Where
I don't
he
know.
said
I don't know
seems
why they
like
reported
the
that.
media
I saw the
media
clip
has
too.
misled us about the second interception, whether it hit Jalen Coker hands or not, because I haven't seen it. I seen the first one, but I haven't seen the second one.
Listen,
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with it that intently, because I got something I got to do this Sunday, so I kind of just in
Yeah.
passing. But yeah, man. I mean, if that is the case, then shame on the Panthers beat writers. Shame on them if they are doing that. And it shows just the level of really for the people who are looking at it, who take that and run with it. They have no tact about themselves. Yeah, I said it. They have no tact.
Yeah,
They, they,
hold
they,
on. What T. Thompson said, Tony Reed, PPP, my first comment. I think, are you talking about this one? T. Thompson, 9-17, 2 interceptions sound like a Bryce in our offense stats.
yeah, if I may, it's only going to take me a minute to respond to this wonderful brother. Yeah. Sir, it sounds like you have the mind of a 4-year-old schoolgirl who was told, "Don't walk down
Come
the
on now.
hallway." Yeah. So I would just preference everything that you just said by
He
saying
said the
this.
one before that.
Oh, the one before that. So it wasn't that one. So I do retract my 4-year-old schoolgirl
no, you
comment to
don't. It's too late. You done already been disrespectful.
Yeah, it's too
Nah. You done already been disrespectful.
Hey.
Nah, yeah, ain't no retracting
Hold
that.
on,
I
I'm
don't
trying
see
to
it.
find the one he's talking about. What is he talking about? I can't find. Hey, post it again, T. Thompson. I ain't going that far up.
Yeah. Hey,
That's T. Thompson.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I shouldn't have gave up his alias, huh? Oh, my bad.
He said, I can't stay, y'all." but but yeah, yeah. I don't take it back. You're right, Nick Gaskin. If that's what you post and that's what you said, then I do stand on what I said. You have the mind of a 4-year-old schoolgirl, and you go by whatever is told to you instead of analyzing and dissecting and deciphering what's truth and what's fluff. And that's actually the symptom that a lot of people do have here not here on this panel, but in Panthers world, is they take what they see and they don't investigate. That's called being led astray, unfortunately. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, Nick. I seen. I just watched that video that you sent in the private chat. Yeah, it didn't go nowhere near Jalen Coker hands or anything of that nature. So yeah, I don't know why they would comment and say something like that, because the first one didn't go nowhere near Jalen Coker as well. So yeah, I got what you're saying. Go ahead, Nick. You about to say something? Nick Gaskins.
Yeah. I don't listen. One, I'm tired of I'm tired. Well, one, I'm over the conspiracy theories. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm really over it. We've been talking about conspiracy theories the last 3 days. And I'm tired of conspiracy theories.
Black says, so why would he change his name?
Y'all can be mad at all y'all want to. Yes, it's practice. Do they need to play better? Yes, they need to play better. But I think Canales did something on purpose, because he was not trying to help Monroe Freeling at all. If you actually go look at it, they was letting Monroe Freeling stay out there on the island by himself and get his ass whooped. So at the end of the day, I just want everybody to know that if you expected them to play well against this defense, you are absolutely delusional. And I'm going to say that because of this. Yes, do they need to play better? Do they need to practice and play hard? Yes, they need to do that. But at the end of the day, this defense held almost every team below 20 points. This defense is different than the other good defenses in the NFL. None of the other defenses that we will face have a front four like this. None of the other defenses had 2 players get 30 sacks combined. None of those other defenses will have anything like that. And I just and yes, do they need to play better and what you call like that? But I 100% agree with Broski. At this point in the preseason, if you put your starters out there, all you are doing is exposing them to players who are going to be overzealous so that they can make a team. That's all you're doing, exposing them to. That's literally y'all forgot the last preseason game is for those guys who are either fringe on making the roster that they are currently on, or guys who kind of know that they're not going to make this roster, but want to put something on tape so that they can get picked up once they get cut. This is literally what this preseason game is for, and I get it. You could. I don't. I think what they're saying in the chat. You expected to execute against it. No team in the NFL could execute against this defense last year. The best offense in the NFL scored 14 points on this defense last year. The game was 14-9.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to my boy B.A. Magneto for that PayPal gift. I greatly appreciate it, my guy. And listen, we've been here for 2 hours now. If you are enjoying the conversation, enjoying the debate, the energy, the vibe that morning kickoff with Unbiased Opinion is bringing to you this morning, do me a favor, show love to the channel. There's a QR code at the top right. You can scan that QR code, support the show. It will take you to a PayPal link. You do not have to have PayPal per se, but just click on the link, scan the QR code, pull out your trusted debit card, and give a small donation to the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. It's also pinned at the top of the comments in the YouTube chat. If you are watching through Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, for the ones that are watching the channel through Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel, do me a favor, open up a browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your phone. Go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. That is youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I would greatly appreciate that. Y'all got anything else, fellas, on this situation before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick because Tony didn't say it.
Yeah.
Empty your pockets out real well. reach way down in your back pocket where that dirty 20 is at. Because when you put it in Cash App or PayPal, it turns clean. Okay, so yeah, do that.
Oh, so we watching money now.
Yeah,
What we
a big
doing?
wash, gain. Yeah, good, yeah. A little tired.
Oh God. Oh God.
Hey, did you see
Yeah,
T.
that's
Thompson's
crazy.
comment? He said, I said someone clip and screenshot PPP, his big mouth bass, you know what, will be the first one crying when we start the season 1-5. And T. Thompson, your well, I'm not gonna go down that road because I think I've done enough with the 4-year-old grade school thought process there. But on the flip side, you would probably be crying when the Panthers, if they do, go 4-0 in the first 4 games. You see how trivial that is. You see how adolescent that is. You see how underage that comment can be because it's too early. So all you can go off right now is what you see and understanding where we're at right now. We're in practice, and practice is just what it is. We're in preseason, and that's just what it is. So when week 1 through week 4 comes, we're able to now make a proper analysis and analyze what's in front of us. That's when we can start to put, like I so wonderfully claimed as my tagline, we could put the paint where it ain't at that point. Thank you, sir.
Boy, y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. Hey, so Houston showed Carolina the standard required to survive an elite defensive front. I don't think there's no doubt about that. Friday preseason finale now shifts the evaluation from established starters to players fighting for the final roster positions. And Jimmy Horn Jr. has built one of Carolina's strongest late pushes. All right. So let me just pull this up real quick. And we can talk about Jimmy Horn. Has Jimmy Horn Jr. earned his roster position? So here are the facts first. Horn caught a touchdown from Kenny Pickett on the final play of Wednesday's practice despite absorbing a hit from Houston safety George Odom. Horn maintained possession while Odom continued trying to strip the football. He also made a contested sideline catch earlier in the practice. Horn led Carolina with 4 receptions for 44 yards in the Hall of Fame game against Jacksonville. He recorded a 39-yard end around and a 15-yard reception and a 29-yard kickoff return. Canales has praised Horn conceptual growth, speed, continued playmaking, and improvement in the return game. All right. So the context, Horn's speed created his original roster argument. His recent work has expanded that argument to receive versatility, contested catches, and return ability. A reserve receiver, however, must supply value on snaps when he is not targeted. That includes correct alignment, blocking, assignment discipline, ball security, and special teams responsibilities. Horn does not need to become a complete starting receiver immediately. He must prove that Carolina can activate him on game day without creating an assignment liability elsewhere. All right. So, hey, Charles Xavier, I do see you back there in the back. Soon as I have someone drop off, then I'll bring you up for your counseling session for today. So just hang back there for me, and I'll bring you up. So my first debate question: has Horn playmaking made him too valuable to leave off the roster, or must Friday prove he can be trusted beyond the highlights? Slick Nick, you go first.
I mean, I was on one of the people who said that if he got cut this year, I would be surprised. So I even without the play, I had already counted him in as one of the wide receivers. Now, what I can say is that this probably has put him in securely in the number 4 slot to me. That's my opinion about it. I think
number 4.
I think he's the number 4 guy.
Wow.
Handling because he's already showed that we can use him on special teams. He's already showed that he can be reliable. He can be that gadget guy. He can do those things that we should have never been doing with XL from the start, like end arounds and all that type of stuff. Yeah, he's already showed all of that. So at the end of the day, yes, I think this guy has secured his slot at number 4, and everybody else is after him.
Hold on, PPP. You can go. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to T. Thompson for that PayPal gift. I greatly appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate it, guy. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. And like I said, your proceeds do go back into the channel. If anybody else want to donate, the QR code is up there on the screen. I'll leave it up there for another minute. And I also will put the link in the chat if anybody else want to donate. Go ahead, PPP.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Howard, man. And also shout out to T. Thompson. He said, that's all I had way down deep in my pockets. That's yeah, man. But yeah.
Hey, T. Thomas said, "Do not expect nothing Thursday in church. You pass the compassion plate, they're going right past me. I'm giving you all I got right now.
I might slap that thing down at your head. Don't put it in my face." Yeah, man.
Well, go ahead, PPP.
But I've there's a couple times out the year that you can agree with someone, and I absolutely do agree with Gaskins. I don't know, it may be a full moon. Well, they did say that we're supposed to be having some type of eclipse happening tonight into tomorrow morning. So that's what it is. Everything's aligning.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. Because on a normal day, I wouldn't be agreeing with Nick. He ain't got no neck. But I do agree with him on this, man. Jimmy Horn. First of all, his physical, outlook on his. Well, I ain't trying to get a pause. How he looked, he done got bigger. He done bulked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, the brother looks quick. He's looking good on the field, and my number 4 has always been John Mechie. But I got to be honest, Jimmy Horn is looking pretty good out there on the field, man. So
appreciate that love, Howard.
Yeah, appreciate it, Howard.
PPP.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at all if he's the number 4 wide receiver. Why? Because he's shown us that he can be used and utilized in big high pressure moments. And I understand he had that drop that happened, against the Rams, but I mean he's a rookie at that point. You know what I mean? So I'm not too concerned about that. Him putting on that size and showcasing his speed and just how he's been going crazy in camp, bro. Put him at 4. He deserves it, man. He's more than just a special teamer. He's going to be effective. He's going to be effective in the passing game for the Panthers, man. And I love it.
Wow. SC said he believed he should be number 3 or 4. I'm like, 3 is a big jump. That SC. That means that the third receiver currently will have to bump down. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but the SC, you said that, not me. Will, would you like to respond to SC? Your South Carolina native.
No, ain't nobody don't listen to don't listen to him. He from the 803, so that means he don't know nothing. So
he
gotta be the 843. Gotta be the 843. That's right. He talk bad about XL. I got to throw a shot. Now,
God.
So let me can I put a cube of ice in PPP's hot take here for a second?
Go ahead. Can I put a hold hold that thought before you get started, because Charles Xavier said he put a little offering in the collection plate. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, y'all guys have been putting in on the building fund. I said I needed some hinges to go on the door. Now I think I can get those hinges. All right. Now next week we can start putting the door onto the frame. So I greatly appreciate that, Charles Xavier. Thank you. Thank you for that PayPal gift.
Yeah, let me say exactly what Tony is saying. He about to go Dunkin' Donuts. That's really what he's saying. He about to go Dunkin'
No.
Donuts.
It's evening time. It's evening time. He about to go
Yeah.
and order something. He about to go get him some Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, we have we have Talabot here where I'm at. Yeah.
Oh, Talabot. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. Hey, so can I put an ice cube in PPP's hot take? And SC Panther boy, you threw a shot at XL. I'm sorry. I got to do. You did South Carolina crime first, so therefore I have to commit a felony against you. I'm sorry.
He said, "Who is the third, sir, an injured player in XL?"
Talk your talk, SC.
Talk your talk.
Okay,
SC.
so now let's talk a little bit about Jimmy Horn.
Okay.
Jimmy Horn is wide receiver 6. Is what he is. I'm glad that he's
shut
sick.
down SC.
He's wide receiver. No, I'm just he's wide receiver 6. And Bryson Tremaine is wide receiver number 4. Wide receiver number 5 is probably going to be somewhere in the lines of your Jasim Reed, those guys, that type stuff. Here's where I get nervous about this wide receiver room.
Bryson Tremaine 4?
Bryson Tremaine is 4 because of his special.
I thought my mic was muted.
Yeah, Bryson Tremaine.
You know your mic wasn't muted.
Bryson, it wasn't muted. He know it wasn't. The reason why Bryson Tremaine is 4, the reason why I say Bryson Tremaine is 4, because of the way where he sits on the roster and where he sits on the depth chart.
Felipe Franks can do that.
And I'm sorry, say again.
Felipe Franks can do what he does on special teams.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Better.
You say what you want to say. I understand. See, I'm not saying that Jimmy Horn shouldn't be on the 53. I was saying all that to say this. To the people who want Jimmy Horn to be on the 53 and Haynes King to be on the 53, you're going to have to sacrifice something.
Something got to give. You got to pick a struggle.
You got to pick a struggle.
You got to pick a struggle.
You got to pick a struggle. And another reason why I say that, and it might all well be true. The struggle might be trading JT Sanders. That might be the struggle. But even if you trade JT Sanders and you pick up an interior defensive a linebacker, well, you still got the same struggle. Because they're not cutting Ikem and they're not cutting Wallace. So you're gonna have to pick a struggle. You know, and that's the reason why I said literally where he fits at the J15. I love him. I want him to be on the 53. So I hope nobody don't think that I'm trying to give some J15 hate. I'm just saying that because you have a 53-man roster, you're gonna have to pick a struggle.
But I think you failing to understand what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about him who's 4th on the depth chart. They not putting Bryson Tremaine out there before on the regular offense before they put Jimmy Horn out there.
No, the question is roster case. Did he make a case for the roster?
But when I said he made a case for the roster, and we said this as well, and we said we felt like he would be number 4 on the depth chart. And I'm saying ain't done enough to be number 4 on the. Just you can still make the team and not be because of your special teams ability and not be number 4 on the depth chart. What are you talking about?
Okay, so we'll see who dresses out and don't dress out Friday night. That tells a story.
So So
Jimmy Warren and Bryson.
I think both of them will play Friday.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
But y'all remember last year? Was Bryson Tremaine dressed out on preseason game 3?
I don't remember.
I don't.
He did not.
He didn't? Okay.
He did not.
Y'all crazy, Will.
So basically what Will is saying, in his opinion, a very strong opinion, that he believed that Bryson Tremaine to be the 4th wide receiver and Jimmy Warren is the 6th wide receiver. And SC was saying
5th and 6, yeah.
Yeah, SC was saying he believed that Jimmy Horn would be the number 3 or number 4 wide receiver. But I would have to say, y'all may not know and may not understand why Will feels the way he feel about XL. But listen, he ain't gonna let you talk. He ain't gonna let you talk and say so much about XL. So bumping him off his position is like being a little disrespectful in Will's eyes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, we don't care. We don't care about that. Yeah.
XL, I know we're not gonna be doing this. XL
I took that ice cube.
Hey, just pay me. Just give me my.
Hold on. Go ahead, PPP. What you say?
Yeah, I took that ice cube and I threw it right back at you, Will. Yeah. Don't cool down my hot take.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Xavier Legette does not afford us any opportunities to win. If you listen to Dave Canales' interview with Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. asked him a very, very key question. I quote, he said, with the ascending talent that we have in T-Mac and Coker, he said, was it basically the talent that was around him that got him going or whatever? It was to that effect. And this is what he said. He said Bryce Young started off with Adam Thielen and Coker. Adam got traded. Coker got injured. He said, so we basically had T-Mac, we had David Moore, and we had someone else
I remember that.
I remember that.
And guess what name he did not mention?
Who was it, PPP?
Mullins.
Okay. Yeah, listen.
Listen. That's coming from the head coach. The head coach didn't even acknowledge Xavier Legette as a help when things kind of went down with Coker.
because he was in a slump. I mean, the head coach ain't gonna praise you if you're in a slump. That's not nobody's not acknowledging that. PPP freely acknowledge that. So what are you saying that makes it seem like this is a breaking news?
It's not breaking news, but what it's doing is
what are we doing here?
So what's happening is it's actually intensifying my position that Xavier Legette does not afford us any opportunities to win. Even your head coach has said that on a widely watched podcast called the Stephen A. Smith Show. Ran by sorry, it's XM Radio. Yeah.
So I got it. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
The kid is wide receiver 3. I think they've made that clear on the depth chart. I know it. Look at it. I know it hurts.
It does.
You look at it. PPP. You pull it up today on your phone and you stare at it.
Why?
That's what you do. And then
why would I be staring at something that I know isn't going to pan out?
Hold on, PPP. Hold on. Go ahead, Will.
And at week 6, PPP, at the end of the trade deadline, 1 minute after that, I will be calling your phone.
Call him.
Hey, Will.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna answer.
Go ahead,
hey,
PPP.
I ain't gonna answer.
Go ahead, PPP.
I'm gonna just cash app you. I ain't gonna answer. Yeah, I won't talk to you. I won't talk to you. Yeah.
You don't want him to throw it in your face, the salt in your face, and take your money.
Yeah.
Hey, PPP. Charles got a question for you, in which I should expect. He said, "So who is throwing the ball to XL?" PPP question mark.
You asked this question, Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, the wonderful, illustrious, upper echelon, Bryce Octavius Anthony Daquan Young is
does
throwing
not
the
have
ball
Bryce does not
to
have
Xavier.
a one of us names anywhere in his name.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Octavius Anthony Daquan
Yeah,
Young.
no, you got to give him some name that does not have any lineage with us. He is not.
Damn.
He,
Wow. Wow, Nick, really?
no, and this ain't meant that no disrespect towards him. Just let's
That's
be
what
real.
it sounds like.
It sound like it, Nick.
No. I'm
Just because
saying
you say it
Bryce
ain't meant to
grew
be
up
no
in
disrespect,
no
don't
type
mean
of-
it's not disrespectful.
It's
Yeah.
disrespectful. It's disrespectful to give people names that you know they lineage ain't nowhere near.
Yeah, you got to watch
Those
Nick.
type of names.
This is what happens when you don't have a neck. You ain't got enough blood flow to your brain. So that's what it is. That's what it
Listen,
is.
I want to say this, man. Like all this
Go ahead, Nick.
crazy ass hate for daggone XL. You could say whatever he said on Stephen A. Smith and all that kind of stuff, but guess what he said the day before that? XL will be ready to go for week 1.
Okay.
We holding him out because
But that's
he got
but you
rolled
just
up
brought
on.
you just brought forth a really good point, and I'm asking this in all sincerity. Why do you say it's crazy? Hey, you don't think that some fans
Some of the
have
stuff is warranted. Some of the stuff is warranted.
Okay,
I can
okay,
give you that.
there you go.
Some of the stuff is
Okay.
warranted, but the extra that they add on it and all that kind of stuff is just.
Oh, you talking about like PPP do?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I
Wait a
was just
minute. Wait a minute.
accused.
I'm talking. This is my time.
I'm just saying.
Hold on, PPP.
It's still Nick 30.
Hold on.
I don't know what you talking about.
So I got to sit here and let y'all accuse me of adding on.
No, I didn't.
Accuse.
You know what? Hey, Nick, hold on, Nick. Go ahead, PPP. Go ahead. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, sir. Go ahead, PPP.
Well, you did hurt my feelings because I have tough skin. Even though I do use
Well, it don't
jergens.
sound like it, but
It
go
don't
ahead,
sound
sir.
like it.
Well. You know what you hearing is not what's truth. But anyway,
what?
my question to you is, when I bring up the actual clips of what coaches have said, when I show you guys that in the preseason last year that Xavier
Why are we
Leggett.
talking about the past?
Hold
about the
on.
preseason this year?
Hold on, Nick. Hey, let PPP finish, and then you go, Nick.
Yeah, when I bring up clips of preseason last year showing that the Panthers did not even have him as the number 2 wide receiver, when I show you clips like in the LA wild card game where he was not even in the game on the most crucial time, how is that? How is that me hating on Excel when all I'm doing is highlighting what's factual and what can be proven with evidence? Like, this isn't something that's coming out of my heart. This is something that's seen that anyone can pull up and view.
Can I go now, Tony? I'll take that as a yes. Let me ask you this, PPP.
No, I just asked a direct question.
You asked a direct question. Let me answer your question. Do you fail to add the videos of the things that he does well? Are you solely
what has he done well?
Oh, so he hasn't done anything well at all. Okay, that's it. Y'all see this, right? This is crazy, man.
I'm
asking
my point.
What has he done well?
But he. Sorry, I stepped away. But he did ask you specifically, Nick Gaskins, what does he do well?
What does he do?
You didn't say what he do well.
I mean, he has worked on all things. He made some catches last year. He at the end of the day, you only focus on the negative. So what
has he done well? You said a few catches. What has he done well?
Let me answer that question. Let me answer that question for you, Nick. From year 1 to the year from his first rookie year to last year, no one takes into account all the other attributes that go along with why the maturation happened the way it happened with him. They don't want to give him that grace. But what you do see is in that Atlanta game when they started scheming him up to be able to do the routes that needed to be happening on the outside, like the touchdown pass that he had and a couple of the catches he had across the middle in that game. Those are some of the things that he does exceptionally well. So now that doesn't mean that he does it routinely or he's doing it more consistently, but he does do those things well. And when he gets an opportunity to do it and things connect, that the results show up on the field. I know it. I know.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No. That was my bad. I thought you was done. Go ahead, Will.
No, and so the last
Nick,
thing I was saying,
Nick, mute your mic. God damn, you got a loud keyboard.
I mean, he got a typewriter in there, man.
Hey, that's what a good keyboard. Hey,
ain't no damn keyboard. That's a typewriter.
This ain't one.
That's a typewriter.
This is for the.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go ding, and he pushed it back to the other side. That's what I'm waiting for.
Go ahead, Will.
Prehistoric keyboard having new.
Go ahead, Will.
So the last thing I would say is XL has a hole to dig himself out of, absolutely.
Okay.
But to say that he can't or he doesn't do anything well, I mean, the hyperboles, I'm not with. The criticism, I'm with, right? I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that. I'm not trying to be a total homer, but I am saying that he does do some things well, and there is a hole he has to climb himself out of. But back to Jimmy Horn, who's on the flipping slide.
Whoa.
I'm not finished.
I just had one question. Just one. Who placed Xavier Legette in that hole that you speak of?
So back to Jimmy Horn. So who's on the slide?
Let the record show.
Jimmy Horn is, I believe, not wide receiver 4. I would say wide receiver 5 or 6. I think he makes the 53. He's made a strong case. Jimmy will get quite a bit of burn this year, and I'm very happy that he will be on the roster. And to PPP's point, XL and placed himself in that situation. However, if you look under the covers of why that is the way it is, couple of things. One, he was never supposed to be wide receiver 1 his rookie year. You had a flipping head case that couldn't, the chief bag fumbler himself fumbled a bag of being wide receiver 1 on an NFL roster. Now he ain't even on a team no more. Then number 2, last year he got into his dang on head, and then it was supposed to be XL, Coker, and T-Mac, and Coker was injured, so they had to reshuffle the entire deck the first 8 games of last year, and he's an unproven rough edges wide receiver, so there was a lot of work that had to be done there. So yeah, there was some of it is his fault, and some of it is based on circumstances as well. But if you're trying to say that circumstances don't deliver your outcomes, then I will show you a whole lot of other scenarios in sports that is not the case.
But in the same,
I hate to run. I gotta go because I have a 9:30 meeting I got to get to. I wanted to filibuster all my time so PPP couldn't respond. Y'all have a good day, y'all.
I know. But you will be back.
I will.
Yeah, you will be back. But I want to say right now.
You look at that dang on depth chart.
Hold on, PPP, before you go. All right, we'll holler at you later. Charles Xavier, what's going on? Hold on, PPP. Charles Xavier, what's going on?
Oh man, good morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning.
Man, it's a privilege and an honor to be on this panel this morning, man.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Before you get started, let me go back to PPP real quick. Go ahead, PPP.
Yeah, I think it's ironic that Will and I place Will in a high regard would tell us the things that Xavier Legette does well, but then in the same breath would say that he was not ready. Um, he didn't get a good showing. He was dealt a bad hand. Well, how can you extrapolate what he does well when he was done so wrong? When he was done the worst out of every receiver that's on the Panthers, if you allow them to paint the narrative, no, Xavier Legette does nothing right. He does not have what he would describe as his talent, which is the deep ball. You can only name one or two Atlanta or the Jets game that you actually seen him operate in the capacity of just throw me the deep ball. Other than that, you haven't seen him do anything as a Carolina Panther. Nothing. Nothing.
Now that is unfortunate. The truth that is facts. That is fact. I have made my case when it comes to the whole XL, is he worthy or not, whatever the case may be. And the one thing that I've always alluded to was when you look at the other receivers that Carolina has had since Bryce has been the quarterback, there hasn't been any miscommunication or things like that of that nature to the extreme that it has been between Bryce and XL. So it's like if there's 5 people on a team and you have a good connection, a good rapport with 4 out of those 5, then who's the problem? Is it that one or is it the 5? You know what I mean? So you have to be honest with yourself, and I think that's something that XL did when he talked this year in press conferences. Saying there's things that he needs to get better at, things he kind of like took for granted in his first year, things that he know that he needs to work on. I think he has taken the step when he has reached out, and I think he also mentioned that he had been out to Cali twice this summer and worked with Bryce, and they worked again when Bryce and the boys came down to South Carolina. So that is the right step, and you hope that all those things that he said does bear fruit and in a positive way. But we can only tell once the lights come on in a meaningful football game. But the first 2 years, we can't say that. And he has said that basically Dave Canales in a roundabout way has said it, talking about Bryce being able to trust his receivers or the receivers trusting him. Dave Canales being able to trust the offense fully, to make sure that the connection between the quarterback and the wide receivers are on par. But if you are just watching the game and you can just take and put your biases aside and just look at the game for what it is, I think it can glaringly show you that the rapport and the connection that Bryce and XL has or the lack thereof, he doesn't have that problem with any other receiver. He doesn't have a problem with Jalen Coker going deep. He doesn't have a problem with T-Mac going deep. He doesn't have a problem with these guys making catches in critical situations on critical downs. I've said that last year. All you got to do is watch the tape in critical downs, critical situations. Who are his top 2 favorite targets? Jalen Coker and T-Mac. And that's not talking bad about him. That's just facts of what I see.
May I please interject?
Go ahead, Charles.
I have to bring a little clarity to this whole XL slander. Question: how many balls did XL drop last year?
Pause.
Hey, yo.
He doesn't know.
I think he won 1 or 2. I think it was. I think
how many
was credited for 1 or 2 that he was supposedly responsible. Okay, 1 or 2.
He had 1 drop. So let me get this right. A guy that
Mhm.
has one drop pass, he's garbage. He can't play.
Didn't
He's
say he
not
was
good.
garbage.
He has
Oh, I didn't say.
one
Well, I didn't
drop
say that.
pass now. One drop,
Okay.
and he's
Okay.
bad.
Okay. So let me ask you this on the flip side, then, Charles Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, like you said, just one drop pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't the production show better if there's only one drop pass?
Well, the question that you have to ask yourself is
No, I know. I just asked you a question.
well,
Shouldn't
okay.
the production show better if there was only one drop pass? Like you said, because I think
Yes,
Excel had
when
like
you are
seven or
with
8.
the
He
quarterback
has like 7 or 8 last year.
that is an accurate passer, then that would be the case. But he's not playing with a quarterback that has been a consistently accurate passer throughout his career.
Well,
so therefore,
okay.
the passes and granted, you can laugh.
So
You can laugh, but look, you can laugh, but look
go ahead.
at
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your
percentage of
thought.
Bryce Young,
Mm-hmm.
his first season, second season, his third season. Okay, every single one of us on this panel have seen Bryce Young throw passes in the stands, in the dirt. We've seen him throw picks. You can laugh, but. And then also, I want
somebody
you to
crashing
look,
out today. Go ahead.
I want you to look at the number of targets that Tech got and Excel got. And then if you then look at the number of catches compared to the number of targets that both receivers got, guess what?
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
What's that?
They both share a very similar, if not the same percentage of passes that they caught out of those targets. So therefore, I can only conclude that that for whatever reason, it could be maybe Excel, he might be running a wrong route. I can give you that. I'm not going to put 100% of the blame on Bryce Young. I'm not doing that. But at the same time, I'm not giving Excel 100% either. I think for whatever reason.
Okay, well, stop right there, because I don't think nobody has said that one or the other deserves 100% of the blame. So, but go ahead.
I'm just saying this.
Nobody has said that.
Listen. We have to stop slandering Excel and making it seem like
slandering or telling the truth
is a garbage.
There's a big difference.
When this guy has only had one drop pass. I mean, come on, like this is not. I mean, it's not.
Let me ask you this, Charles Xavier. You said he only had one drop pass last year. I don't remember how many he had his rookie season. It was maybe 5 or 6, something like that. Okay, so him and XL came into the NFL at the same time, right? Same year, right?
Mm-hmm.
One was the first round. One was a first round draft pick. One was an undrafted free agent, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So ask me. Matter of fact, you ain't gotta ask me. You ain't gotta ask me, because I'm gonna tell you. In 2 years, XL has 0. Not XL. Jalen Coker has 0 drop passes.
Okay,
0.
That's
not.
That's great.
Okay. So,
but Tech has more though. So what's your point though?
Yes, he does. No. You're right. I'm about to get to the point. Because this is where you have to learn how to watch film and separate the film from the stats, right? Because the stats can show you one thing, but film will show you the truth. Because the film don't lie. No matter what you want to say or how you feel about the stats, whether it's ESPN, PFF, whatever, the eyes in the sky don't lie. So what Tet showed last year as a number 1 wide receiver his rookie year, being double teamed from week 1 on in, because there was no other receiver that defensive felt like that can do them any harm. So it was easy for them to double coverage with Terrell McMillan. Okay. even though he had those 7, 8, 9 drops or whatever last year, he always was accountable for it. When he dropped it, he said it was his bag, and then we came right back to him, and he made up for that. He made up. He made up for those drop passes. Even the 2 or 3 touchdowns that he dropped in the end zone, when 2 of them, I know for sure he was being held. We went right back to him because you know what he did?
Yeah.
He took accountability for his actions. He manned up. He went back, played another play, and the ball came back to him, and he made the offense look good for doing that. So how many times since Xavier Legette, according to you, said he only dropped the ball 1 time? So how come Xavier Legette didn't do those things that, as I said, that Teddy Roman Midland said? And I'm not just saying that. These are the words that have came out of XL mouth himself, that he said that he needs to work on and do better at.
So, okay. And so I will say this. Your quarterback is the leader of your team. Your quarterback is the one that's throwing the football to the receivers. Your quarterback is the one that needs to take it upon himself and actually practice with his receivers, run routes, and then help them understand which routes he feels comfortable with them running so that he can get the football to them accurately. We cannot paint this picture as if
I'm glad
can I please
push a button and say, okay,
hold on,
I'm gonna
PPP.
be
No, go ahead. Finish your thought, Charles, and I'm gonna let PPP go.
Okay. I would just say this, okay? At the end of the day, it takes two to tango. It goes both ways. It's not just one-sided. That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
All right, go ahead, PPP.
Yeah, and hello, Charles Xavier. I believe.
And Damo, I do see you backstage. Soon as somebody drop off, I'll bring you up, Damo.
Yeah, I believe that this is the wonderful Charles Xavier that has engaged with me on Unc's channel and on Twitter. Is that okay? Wonderful.
It is an honor to finally have an opportunity to be on this panel with you. It really is.
It is, man. You know, you have some great work, man, and
Charles is going through it. PPP, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to let you know Charles is going through a transformation period right now. He has been going through counseling that UO Sports Talk has been providing him for the past week. He has made great strides. Sometimes it seems like he's going to backslide a little bit.
Yeah.
But Will and I, we bring him back to the forefront. You know, make sure he sees the light that he's heading towards. Go ahead, PPP.
Yeah. That's wonderful. So, Charles, you know, it's something interesting that you did bring up. And it's going to be a 2-part position that I'm going to take with you when it comes down to XL. Now, you stated that Bryce Young needs to get together with his wide receivers, and find out what routes works best for them.
I knew you was going there.
Did you not say that?
No habla inglés.
Okay, well, yeah. So I'm going to just refer your mind back to Xavier Legette's introductory press conference when he told all of Panthers Nation to, and I quote, "just throw me the deep ball." Was that not an indication at that moment that Bryce Young knew that Xavier Legette wanted the deep ball thrown to him? Pause.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him do it, PPP?
Hold on, Charles Xavier. Hold on, Charles Xavier. Hold on. Go ahead, PPP.
Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm. You know what? I'm actually glad that he did say that, because that's going to springboard me to my first position here. Charles Xavier, do you remember this one play that was thrown to him? This one pass. It was in the Philadelphia game. And I'm not going to tiptoe around it.
Oh, no.
No.
Why are you going back to that, PPP?
No, sir. See, you walked yourself into that closet, and now I'm about to turn the light off, and I'm about to whoop you. Do you not remember the outcome of that pass, was the outcome of that pass on Bryce Young not being accurate, or Xavier Legette not being able to do what he told us he can do?
Okay, let me answer your question. Okay. When did that play happen? Which down was it?
Excuse me, sir. What we're not
Excuse
going to
me,
do.
sir. Which
Excuse me,
down
sir.
was it, sir?
What-
Because
I asked you.
when you ask a
Excuse me,
question
sir.
like that,
Hold on.
automatically-
One at a time. One at a
you
time,
Excuse-
fellas.
You
Hold on,
automatically
Charles.
make-
Hold on, Charles.
I'm sorry,
Hold on,
go
Charles.
ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
PvP.
I
Go
asked
ahead.
you a direct question. I gave you two options, and the two options I gave were things that you declared were issues. One of
Okay.
them being Bryce Young's
He dropped the ball,
accuracy.
PPP. He dropped it.
Okay, he dropped it. Was the ball thrown accurately to him? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. It was, sir.
Okay. Now, that was in the first, second, or third year of Bryce Young and Xavier Legette being teammates. Which one was it?
That was what? That
It
was
was only been two. It's only
That
been two.
was year 2, I think.
No, sir.
Last year was year 2.
Okay,
No, sir.
year 1.
That was year one. So
Okay. So
that
you're
would
blaming
end it. So
a rookie wide receiver.
no, sir,
You're
no, sir,
blaming
no, sir, no,
him.
sir, no, sir, no,
Go
sir,
ahead.
no, sir, no, sir. You said that Bryce Young and Xavier Legette and the wide receivers need to get together and figure out what type of routes they need to run
PPP,
to be
that's one pass,
comfortable.
PPP. Don't do that, PPP. That's one
Excuse me.
pass,
He
PPP.
said, excuse me,
Hold
sir.
on, Charles.
He
Go
said
ahead.
he told us at his introductory press conference, and I quote, "Just throw me the deep ball." Was that not a deep ball thrown? Yes or no?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yes or
that
no?
was a deep ball. Yes. Yes.
Tony, I rest my case. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me please rebuttal PPP. Okay.
Go
First and
ahead, Charles
foremost,
Xavier.
what play did that happen on? I'm sorry. What down was that?
I believe that was second down, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
was second down. Okay, so let me get this right. You are blaming a rookie wide receiver for dropping a pass on second down, and you are ignoring and leaving out the fact that there was a third down, there was a fourth down, there was plays after that, there was plays before that. You are ignoring the many of passes that Bryce Young missed in that game prior to that play. For you to single out one play and say, "Oh, here you go. This is why we can't rely on this guy because of this one play." Come on, PPP. Yeah. Come on now, because I can easily single out multiple plays of Bryce Young making boneheaded plays that literally led us to losses. Okay, I can point them out now. Out, and so that's why I say that literally, this is not just an Excel thing. This is both players. It's the quarterback. It's the wide receiver. They both have to be on the same page, both of them. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Excel, and Bryce just haven't been on the same page, because don't get it twisted. I could point out plenty of times where Bryce Young has tried to gain extra yards, and as opposed to sliding because he doesn't know how to slide, he leans forward, fumbles the football, other team gets it, they go down the field, they score. I can point out plays to where, hey, Bryce Young doesn't go through.
Well, hold up, Charles, because Charles, you trying to veer. Hold on, you trying to veer off too much into the Bryce Young. This discussion.
You don't want to do that.
Discussion. No. Stop. Hey, stop. This discussion is not about Bryce Young, Charles Xavier. This is about XL, and it was about Jimmy Horn. We're not trying to steer down this. Hold on. We are, but everything that you're saying lately now, everything. Listen, if you're not gonna let me talk, I'm gonna have to remove you from the panel. Because this is what I don't want to happen when we're trying to have a discussion talking about one particular thing or one particular player or whatever. don't try to veer the conversation and go somewhere else that it was never intended to go. So listen, we're talking about XL, whether you feel like XL is a number 4, number 5, number 6 receiver, whether he should be on the team or not. Let's stick with that, because I'm not going to allow it go somewhere that it was never intended to go. Okay, so if you can't do that, and that goes for anybody, if you can't do that, then I will have to move you back into the chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
Are we clear?
and if
That's fair. That's fair.
and Tony, I'm so glad that you were able to identify that. Not only did he sidestep, he Euro stepped to a whole nother position.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. You actually
I'm
did.
not.
You actually did a James Harden
I'm really not.
hard travel.
Well, go ahead.
This is
Go
the
ahead
thing.
and say what you're going to
This
go
is the
ahead and say
thing,
what you're going to
man.
say, PPP. Hold on. Let PPP
Yeah.
say what he's going to say, and
Okay.
Charles, let you say what you're going to say, and then we're going to be done with this,
Yeah.
with this topic. Go ahead,
Yeah,
PPP.
I think if we can let the record show that I went off of Charles' position that Bryce Young needs to get with it. There's a lot of background though. I'm not too sure of this. If I'm the only person hearing that.
That's Nick trying to fix that damn typewriter. Go ahead.
Okay,
PPP.
okay, yeah. I just want everybody to realize that I actually went after Charles' position of Bryce Young needing to get with his receivers to, I guess, gain some kind of continuity with them, as if it wasn't, something that was already in play. When you tell the whole entire world on national TV, just throw me the deep ball, and then the quarterback throws you the deep ball, and you don't come down with it, that's the issue. And guess what? If you don't like that account, I have another one, real quick. It was against the Saints in Charlotte. Ball thrown to him. And now we were told by Charles Xavier that the balls that have been thrown to Excel have not been accurate. They've been in, and I quote, in the stands. They've hit the
I did not say every
jumbotron.
single football. PPP.
Hold on, sir. Because when you made your position, you said that he's not accurate, and you did say
I
that
didn't
balls
say
were.
every single football, man.
I
Go
didn't
ahead,
say
man.
you said.
he
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
every
you said
single-
it.
Go ahead.
I didn't say you said every single, but you did make mention that balls were going into the stands. They hit the jumbotron. They hit cheerleaders, and I may be exaggerating, but you did say that. You did say that. So here is a pass that was thrown beautifully. I mean, beautifully. Landed right inside of Xavier Leggett's hands. You can consider it a deep ball per the NFL's rule, saying what a deep pass is, anything over 20 yards. And guess what happened? The ball got taken out of Xavier Leggett's hands by not a first stringer, by not a second stringer, but a third stringer with the name of Shamar Bartholomew. So I've just perfectly outlined two passes that totally refutes what you've declared out of your wonderful mind, that you're actually incorrect in your position and have
All
failed to properly
add something?
defend
All right.
Bryce Young, defend Xavier
Okay.
Leggett in that manner.
All right, PPP. All right. Go ahead, Charles. What you got? And then Nick, you can go after
Oh boy.
Charles. Go ahead, Charles.
Okay, so because I cannot
Hold on. Hold that thought, because Mr. Big Walt said something about, I guess we can't say anything about Bryce around here. Yeah, we can say a lot about Bryce around here. He's not void of being criticized, talked about, or anything. The conversation right now was talking about the wide receivers. So like I said, Mr. Big Wall, and anybody else that may feel like you are feeling right now, if you are in the chat or what have you, I'm not going to allow the conversation get too far away from what the original conversation was supposed to be about. So if you are more inclined to something like that happening, then this may not be the channel you want to listen to this morning. I apologize that you feel however you feel, but I'm gonna run this show the way I want to run it because it is my show. Go ahead, Charles Xavier.
Okay. Well, first I have to say, PPP does a phenomenal job. I have to give him credit. He does a phenomenal job of taking your words and how can I put it? Mixing them and scrambling them and pulling them into so many different avenues that you have to be careful with PPP. He's a very intelligent, big brain Negro. You have to be very, very careful with him. I too share the big brain Negro a mindset, and so I have to be careful with my words here. All right, I will say this: yes, Excel has made bad choices on the football field while playing in our offensive scheme. I will admit that. I can't lie to that. I cannot deny that. Okay. That is true. All I'm saying is that, in my opinion, it goes hand in hand. The relationship between your quarterback and your wide receiver is like putting on a glove. It's very close. It goes hand in hand. And so for whatever reason, that connection between Excel and Bryce, I don't know. I don't know if Excel is dreaming about raccoon stew on the field. I don't know if, he's just having lapses of judgment. I don't know. But for whatever reason, he's had some kind of, brain farts, I guess, on the football field when he's playing in our offense. Now, my whole thing is this: if we are not going to use Excel the way that I believe he should be used, and that's letting him run deep outs, letting him run deep post, throwing it down the field, taking advantage of his size and his speed. If we're not going to use him like that, well, then we need to let him go. We need to trade him, and we need to get fair compensation, in my opinion. And I'm going to throw a curveball out there. Okay. I would trade if things are going to play out the way that they have over the past 2-3 years with Excel. I say we trade them and we get either a pretty good pass catching running back, or we trade them and then we get a good edge rusher. Because at this point, I feel like there has been an emergence of Jimmy Horn and also Jonathan Mechie.
Jonathan Brooks.
Well,
you talking about running back or receiver?
Mechie, but then also Brooks too. I feel like if Brooks can stay healthy, we need to incorporate him into our passing game. And at this point, I really believe we should move off of Excel and just get fair compensation for him. That's where I land. That is my stance, and I'll
Nick Gaskins, what you got, Nick?
I'm tired of
you've been sitting by idly.
I'm tired of a couple things. I'm tired of us talking about passes from 3 years ago now. In cherry picking. Yeah, to fit your narrative. Fit your narrative. Cherry picking. I'm tired of the people in the chat over here talking about wide receivers with more drops than touchdowns, and not realizing Tet fit in that category last year. Yeah, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. But anyways, hey, and then I'm tired of this whole false narrative that y'all let PPP create. Listen, there is no arguing with PPP about his views are going to be his views. PPP will argue you into a circle if you allow him to. He is a very articulate brother. But I'm just going to put this on the things. We are at the point that we are going to see this year, whether they put up or shut up, and that's all I'm here for, because that's more than this XL that's got to put up or shut up. There's other players too, and just like, but we're not going to go there. But it is not 100% factual of what the PPP is pointing out. He's arguing you into a circle, Charles, and if you allow him to,
I know he is, Nick, but I have to play nice. So,
you don't gotta. No, you can't.
I gotta play nice, because this is the thing. We all know that at the end of the day, we could cherry pick and nitpick Tat.
Y'all hear what Donna B said? She said, "Ain't no Tat slander. She is not going for it."
We can nitpick Tat for dropping a lot of passes last year. We can nitpick, multiple players on this team, and PPP knows that. He knows it.
Well,
he knows it. PPP, he has a personal vendetta against XL. I don't know what it is.
Well, hold on. I just had a conversation with, I believe, a brother named Adrian. And in order for me to have a personal vendetta, I have to know the person.
No, PPP. We are not about to go down that road. I know
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I know where you going.
Okay.
Do not. We are not about to do that.
That's fine. I will sidestep to this point right here. Then I will sidestep to this point, and I want to say this: it's very, very ironic that these wonderful gentlemen that's on the stage can bring up a scenario or a position that they have, and when challenged on that position or angle that they have, it becomes a quote circular argument, when all I did was go after the position that Charles Xavier has brought up, that Bryce Young needs to have a time period where he goes and he I guess kumbayas with
cherry picking a drop, PPP.
Hold on, Charles. Hold on, Charles. No, Charles, hold on. Now we let you speak. Let him speak.
Yeah, I think it's ironic that he wants Bryce Young to have a kumbaya. They sit down and drink matcha, get a frappe from McDonald's and ask him, well, what type of route would you like to run, Xavier? And then would say the reason why he's not able to accomplish that is because of inaccurate ball placement. And then when I challenge the fact that he did, in fact, utilize the type of route tree that he wanted, which was the deep ball, which was the go route. And then when I also challenge the fact of those balls being placed accurately, I'm told that it's a circular argument. I just think, and if I want to be totally honest, I just think that my mind just computes a little bit quicker than some others.
Man, when it get out of here with that garbage, man. What?
All right. Listen. You
gotta let me respond, Tony, to that.
No, hell I don't. Cause we done been on this long enough.
Man.
We done been on this long enough. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready to move on. So listen,
yes,
at the end of the day, I'm not taking no position. I'm not for XL or against XL. Like I said, I don't cherry pick no play or no game. All I can tell you is what I've seen in the 2 years that he has been a Carolina Panther. What I have seen on the field. And when you watch what's on the film, again, the eyes in the sky does not lie. So when you look at his relationship with the quarterback and you look at the relationship the quarterback has with other receivers that have been on the field for the past 2 years since XL has been in the league, he has a better rapport, a better connection with other said receivers, even the receiver that came into the league with him and the receiver that came into the league after him. That's not a hyperbole. That's not being biased or unbiased. That's just a fact.
It's biased.
You know what I'm saying? And so as long as XL, which he has mentioned his fault, his reasons, why things haven't worked out, and that he going to do better and all accounts from what he has said so far, not only from what he said, but what he has shown by going out to California twice this year, working with Bryce down in South Carolina, that hopefully that finally pays dividend for him going into year 3, because this is not only a pivotal year for him, because right now you are the third receiver, and whether or not Dave Canales or Dan Morgan looked at him as a number 1 or a number 3 receiver when he first came into the league, the fact is that you got drafted in the first round, at the bottom of the first round, and you got an extension on your rookie contract based on your position as a draft pick. And so you have to produce better than what you have produced. That's just my opinion. Not saying it's a fact, not saying it's right or wrong. That's just my opinion. That's how I look at it. I wasn't high on XL coming out of South Carolina. All
Me
right.
neither.
Like a lot of people were. But these are just, Nick, I muted your damn mic for a reason. You and that typewriters. So listen, he has some things that he has to work on. He has mentioned it. He has taken a look in the mirror and said, I need to get better at XYZ. So let's just see if those things come to fruition in season 3, and hopefully he can be everything that he said that he wants to be, and everything that his fans believe that he can be. All right. So I hope that clarifies everything, for both positions, from the far left to the far right. You know what I'm saying? So back on track, talking about Jimmy Horn Jr. and his value to the roster, and what he can prove Friday night, that whether he can be trusted. Which responsibility separates Jimmy Horn from Carolina's other reserve receivers? Nick Gaskins, you go first. Or he's still typing.
Yeah, he's still typing.
My bad. I forgot to hit the mute button because somebody rudely unmuted me.
No, ain't nobody rudely muted me. Listen, we tired of that 1974 typewriter, man. You got to mute the mic.
This is
when you
actually,
typing.
I want you to know this, Joe. This is actually a brand new
Barnes and Wells typewriter.
Mechanical keyboard, because I enjoy
the Moses
nostalgia.
special.
The nostalgia. I'm a computer guy, man. So y'all forgot I build computers that do all that kind of stuff. I enjoy the nostalgia of older symmetry with some new functions.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Nick. But we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it.
I bet that typewriter came with an old robe too, don't it?
This ain't no typewriter, bro. This is a Logitech. This is some Logitech's top mechanical keyboards.
Oh,
okay,
God.
well,
so
don't try to persuade us.
Back to the question, Nick. Which responsibility do you believe separates Jimmy Horn from the other receivers on the roster?
Well, I think Jimmy Horn brings a level of quickness that the other receivers don't bring. So no disrespect to any of the other receivers. No disrespect to any of this. Is I want y'all to do. This is including Tet. His quickness is out of the world, man. That's why I think why I used to hate when Canales would run freaking end arounds with freaking XL. Those are plays that they suit more the Jimmy Horn's type of game. Mm-hmm. And I think that they'll work. And I want y'all to realize this. It's quickness. It's the quickness. He's not faster than some of the other wide receivers.
Right. I try to tell people
quickness.
that.
Right. It's his 0 to 60 that is different than theirs. Mm-hmm. Not his overall top end speed. Because if you actually look at it, XL in are faster than he is. And what's his daggone name? I can't think. He got hurt. I can't think of his name right now. I
Forgot
forgot
Coker.
about that. No, Coker's not
Which
faster than Jimmy Horn. Coker ain't faster than Jimmy
Oh
Horn.
no.
No.
I thought that's who he was trying
Oh,
to
you talking about Brazel? You talking about
Brazel. Oh,
Brazel?
Brazel. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Over end, top end speed, they are faster, but his quick twitch is on a different level than theirs. So I think that is some things that he'll bring. Even though I don't like the term, I don't particularly like the term gadget guy because
Charlie, you going too far, Charlie. Choke the hell out of you. Go ahead. My fault, Nick.
He could be a regular receiver as well, but I do believe he can run those special plays that we like to do, the end arounds. I think we should exclusively do freaking screens with Jimmy Horn. Exclusively.
No.
and maybe the running backs.
No.
Why
Jimmy
not?
Horn needs to be utilized in the passing game.
No. I'm not saying it. I think you're missing my point. I'm not saying that that's the only thing we should do with him. Yeah. I'm saying when we decide to run screens, we should let Jimmy Horn do that because he is quicker than the other wide receivers are.
I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that he should be included in the normal passing game as well, PPP. I'm not saying that is the only thing. I'm saying that he is faster, he is quicker than the other receivers. So when you get him the ball in space, he is more likely to make somebody miss than the other receivers.
I actually understood it the first time you said it, and which means you want him to be the exclusive person in receiving screens. I got that. I think that when you do that, you start to allow defenses to pick up on tendencies. So, and here's another thing that the Excel believers have to understand. Gaskins just said he didn't like the fact that they were using him on screenplays, and I'm going fast forward back, but that's what he did in college. So he did those in rounds and stuff like that. Anyway, Jimmy Horn, to me, just going back to the question that was presented, I believe that Jimmy Horn. Well, real quick, let me make sure that I got the question correctly. Repeat the question one more time for me, Tony.
Which responsibility separates Jimmy Horn from Carolina's other reserve receivers?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's. I want to take your question because I like it, but I just want to revamp it.
No, you cannot do that. Answer the question as such, sir.
Given.
Yes, just
answer
the question, PPP.
Do not beat around the bush. Don't move the goalpost.
Hold on, Charles. Yeah, don't try to rewrite the question of PPP.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm not worried about Charles Xavier.
Yes, you are.
So I'm not. But to answer that question, responsibility, I would say it's instead of responsibility, I would say duty or ability. Like what was explained, his ability to get off is out of this world, which is something that a lot of the other receivers don't have, which is that quick get off. So if you have him in the slot and he's playing inside, I mean, if that guy's playing any sort of outside leverage at any point, he's cooked. He's done. So that's why I say
Gotcha.
that's why I want to change that word responsibility to maybe ability, because his ability to like was stated, to get off on the immediate get off when the ball is high, the first step, it's out of this world, man, and it's going to have a lot of people playing off on Jimmy Horn because of that. That's going to give Jimmy a lot of cushion in a lot of cases. So it's going to be some mismatches based on leverage. If I want to be totally honest. So
okay,
yeah.
Charles Xavier, what you got?
Finally. So I would say that
don't do that, sir. Don't do that.
I mean, I was a lot quicker than Nick Gaskins. I mean, golly.
That was petty.
You know I gotta play with y'all a little bit, man. I'm playing, man. But no, you know what?
Go ahead,
The thing
man.
that
Go ahead.
you know, I would say Jimmy Horn, and kind of harping off of what my other extinguished, educated Negro PPP just said, that he has versatility, right? And that is the number one thing I feel like that truly separates him from other receivers, right? We have to find multiple ways to get the football in his hands, in the slot, in the rounds, return game, right? Like we got to find ways, you know, to get that football in his hands. And so him having that versatility, I'm hoping to see that hopefully during the regular season we use it and we take advantage of it, because that's the thing that really separates him from all of the other wideouts that we have on our team. He can run end rounds. He can catch passes out of the backfield. You can put him in the a slot. He can take back punts, kicks. And so I'm hoping that we see that in the regular season.
I didn't think that I was giving speeches today, so golly, excuse me for being.
I don't think he was just saying you. I think he talking about everybody on the panel.
Yeah, I ain't gonna I talk a lot, man. My bad.
Wait a minute. Roadmaster said we watching Congress in session. Hey,
get used to it, Negro.
Hey, Roadmaster, we done turned it live into C-SPAN. You know what I'm saying?
All of this brain power up here, man. It's hard not to, man.
God.
Oh my gosh, bro, that was funny,
hey, listen,
man.
we have been here over 3 hours now. If you are enjoying the debate, the conversation, the energy, and the vibes that Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion is bringing to you on this Feel Good Thursday, do me a favor, scan the QR code here at the top right. Support the show. It will take you to my PayPal account. Pull out your trusted debit card. Donate whatever your heart leads for you to donate. It is also a pin link in the YouTube chat. Is at the pin at the top of the comments. You don't have to have a PayPal account. Just click the link, scan the QR code, go to it, and just donate whatever you feel is worth it. I would greatly appreciate it. My daily goal is $25. Not trying to pay the rent or a car note. It's just $25. Those proceeds go back into supporting the channel and making the channel better. If you haven't subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, do that for me as well. You can open up another browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your phone. Open up another browser. Go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. That's youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I'll greatly appreciate that. All right. What I got back?
Tony, did you see that? Did you see Gerald Sticks Jones comment talking about PBS Panthers?
What is it? Oh, the PBS. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Hey, Tony,
well, Charles, you said you about to go?
Yeah. I was just going to drop off. Thank you guys again for just having me on. It's an honor, a privilege, man. Shout out to you,
every day, man.
Tony, man. Great show. Oh yeah, and then also PPP.
It.
You need to drop a show, man. When you dropping a show?
I gotta preach my first initial sermon this Sunday, so that's why I kind of been off from YouTube like that.
Congratulations, brother.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, so I've been focused on that, and I'll be back next week because I got a lot to say. Yeah, I've been gone for almost three. Yeah, especially to you. So make sure you're there.
Well, Charles, to take your side a little bit, because I do remember saying this to PPP early on, that he will not, and I quote, he will not do 100 episodes of Green 80 before the regular season. I think that is holding true. I think I am more confirmed in my
don't need it in that
stance.
PPP.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
You know what? When I start the
I
Green
think
80
I'm at
series,
98% right now. I think I'm at 98%, Charles. Go ahead,
yeah, because
PPP.
ain't no way I'm gonna drop 70 something shows before the start of the first week. So yeah, when I start the
Hey,
Green 80 series, that was before my pastor told me that he wanted me to preach on this Sunday. So for I kind of slowed down the beginning of August to kind of
okay, all right.
your
Golden
estimations
Cobra.
was absolutely correct. I won't be getting out 100 Green 80s before the season start, but you're wrong. Because 100
But
series
I'm
of Green
wrong.
80, yeah. See, even when I'm
How?
right, even when I'm wrong,
I
I'm still
know.
right. Because 100
Right,
series of
right,
Green 80 is still going to be produced. Remember that now.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm still going to produce
But
it.
and so is that a different? That's a different time frame. Is what you're saying?
100 episodes
Like
of Green 80 will be produced.
it may be done by next summer. So
No, sir. No,
He
sir.
technically,
moving the
No,
you're still
sir.
goalposts.
No,
right.
He
sir.
moving the goalposts.
No, sir.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
sir. No,
I know.
sir. Well,
Nick, I know that. I know that. I know
I'm not
that.
really moving it. I'm just what I'm doing is I'm editing it. That's all I'm
Oh,
doing.
you edit? Damn,
Yeah.
damn. I like that. Was a good one. That was a good one, dog. That was a good.
So a new form of moving the goalposts, editing the goalposts. Huh?
Wow. I got to
Gotcha.
figure out. Hey, listen, I got to come up with a meme for that one. Yeah, you ain't moving the goalpost. You just doing some editing. I
I'm just doing
got
some
it.
editing. That's all. That's all.
Wow, that was the original.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
shout out
Yes, sir.
PPP for that one. So when I steal it, y'all know where I got it from. Yeah. Shout out PPP from that.
See,
I
you
am
know when you
editing the
tickled, when you
goalpost.
so
That
tickled by
is
your
crazy
own
work.
answer.
That is crazy work,
Oh
dog.
my gosh, man. Yeah, man. Hey,
Oh
that was
man.
my first time talking to Charles, man. I had a great time sparring
Yeah.
with him, man. Of course, I won. But
Right.
yeah,
According to
I did.
PPP, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did win that back and forth. Because what I was able to do was I was able to take his opinion, his stance, and then I got him to retract through questioning. He was able to retract everything that he did once stated was true. We did find out was actually false. So yeah, I actually won that. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Yeah.
Okay, what hey, you do whatever you need to do to feel better about it, bro. You go here right here. See this. Well, Charles said he needs to drop the link. He needs the link again. So I guess he needs to rebut something that
PPP.
PPP
He
said.
said
So
you just
hold on,
see.
Charles.
Yeah.
Hold on, Charles. It's the same link. There you go, Charles. There you go.
Yeah, Charles coming
So,
in.
hey, chat, y'all can let me know in the chat as well. What has earned Horn the roster spot? Is it his unique speed, return value, contested catch growth, or complete assignment trust? Y'all let me know in the chat. What has earned Jimmy Horn the roster spot? 1, unique speed. 2, return value. 3, contested catch growth. Or 4, complete assignment trust. I would definitely love to get you guys' thoughts. All right.
Can I say something real quick, Tony? This is for you.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Golden Cobra, yeah, you can come up, dog. Anytime you get ready. We're probably gonna be on here about another 10 minutes or so. If you don't make it today, you can come tomorrow. That's all well and good. I am here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I want to say this, man. Hey, look, Tony has been doing this for about a month now, Tony? Month and a half?
About 2 months now.
2 months
about
now.
2 months.
Yeah. I don't get to catch it a lot because I'm in the office, but when I do get to catch it, I try to hop in, to support the content. I just want to say everybody who is on, I know that they got the CJ's channel, y'all. Everybody who's on that channel, y'all need to make sure y'all come over and run this man up. Run this man's likes, comments, subscribes up, man. Just make sure we supporting his channel, which is the Unbiased Sports Talk channel. You see, I said it right. Remember, you ain't gonna get me like you did other people.
Well, it's technically unbiased opinion. You said unbiased.
Okay, you know what? You get on my
talk,
nerves,
yeah.
Tony. You know we try to shout you out, and you
So you technically was still wrong.
And we don't need
no, Nick. You said I got it right, and I'm saying no, you didn't. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, dog. I appreciate it.
Get on my nerves, Tony.
Man, just renamed your whole podcast and then told you got it right.
Unbiased
opinion
sports.
You see how bold a nigga is when he got no neck.
You see. This is why I don't. This is why
when you got no neck, they just say anything.
Listen, I know we ain't. Listen, PPP. I have seen the size of your neck. It is not big. You are shoulders and head. Let's stop.
Damn.
Well,
all right.
That still does not
face to face.
Does not come against
face to face. Seen it face to face.
So hold on. So Poppin said everything that I just mentioned for Jimmy Horn. B. Amos said his hard work. Yeah, B. Amos, his hard work was not a choice. Darth Jar Jar making up stuff too. He said 5, all the above. Okay. Gerald Stick says 2, which would be his return value. All right. I appreciate that. So let me welcome back, Charles Xavier. Go ahead and get off with your chest what you need to get off.
See, I wasn't gonna come back. I was gonna go run some errands, do what I gotta do today, and then PPP made a statement, and I mean, he just pulled me back, man. I tried to get away. You pulled me back. You know, I'm not going to go back to that argument that you so eloquently tried to twist my words, and you thought you had me in a verbal a tizzy, but I've come back.
You said a tizzy. I'm sorry.
Yes, I have come back to untie this verbal assault that PPP has tried to expose me to. So
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Now that you finish, hold on 1 second.
Yes,
sir. Golden Cobra, I did just drop the PayPal link in the chat, and yes, you can come up and answer the question, dog. So just let me drop the link again that you can hit. And you definitely can come up as well. Go ahead, Charles.
Okay, so out of respect for the incredible host, I will choose to stay on topic and not divert to the dark side. So I will stay on the topic at hand. But I do want an opportunity to have a one-on-one with PPP.
Well,
okay, y'all can do that on PPP channel.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say, Tony, is 3 things. And Tony, I want you to answer those 3 things, Tony. One, did I not use his exact example when I formed my argument towards him? Yes or no, sir?
Yes, you did.
Okay. My second question is, did I ask him questions that pertain to the argument that he outlined? Yes or no?
Yes, you did.
My last question is, did he retract everything that he said based on the way he answered my questions?
No, I did not.
Oh, I didn't ask you that.
Say that again. I was reading the comment.
Retract my stance, sir.
Hold on, Charles. What was the question about retract?
By his answering of the questions that I gave to him, inevitably, did he not retract everything that he stated based on the way he answered my questions?
Sir, you
now that I don't know. I can't say that he retracted every single statement. Though I do recall him kind of retracting some of what he said. I don't know about all. I don't think it was all.
a retraction is still a retraction in whatever regard,
Sir,
and what that does is it
you
shows
nitpick
that.
my words. You nitpick my words, and you keep
Well,
harping on
hold on,
to
Charles.
one example
Hold on,
with
Charles.
the Eagles.
Okay.
You keep holding on to that
Yes,
one
sir.
example. You keep using that one example. My whole thing is this: if we're going to harp on one example with Excel, do you know how many examples I could harp on when it comes to Bryce Young? And so that's why I'm just telling you.
See, here we go.
If you're going to harp on just one example and say, oh, well, look, see, because Bryce threw him the deep ball on second down against the Eagles, well, then therefore, he called. He got exactly what he asked.
Hold that thought, Charles. Hey, shout out to Golden Cobra. Hey, I appreciate you. I just got it. Thank you for that PayPal gift. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, when you see the avatar in the chat, you could just click on the avatar for UO Sports Talk, because it was the one that I dropped for the PayPal or the channel to come up on the panel. You click the avatar and it would take you directly to my YouTube page, and you can subscribe. You can subscribe there. Okay, he just popped up. So Charles, listen, that's between you and PPP. Y'all can have this one-on-one debate on PP channel whenever y'all get ready to do it. So I'm just gonna nip that part of the conversation in the bud. But Charles, let me drop you off so I can bring up Golden Cobra, if you don't mind, sir.
I'm gonna drop off too, Tony. Thank you so much for allowing me on. It was
Same
great.
here.
I had a great time winning another debate. Y'all have a great one.
Oh, whoa, sir. Whoa. Now see, look at what he did there. Winning a debate.
Well, I ain't gonna do with that. He done left, Charles.
Can I please just make one comment before I leave? Just one comment.
Yeah, go ahead. Please. Go ahead, man.
And this is for PPP. Okay. If you want to hold on to one drop pass by Excel as a rookie, you don't want me to do the same with Bryce Young, because I can pull out a lot of examples. I could pull out a whole lot of examples. And so I will say all of that just to say this. Okay? PPP, you better hope and pray that Bryce Young plays as great as you think he is this season. You better hope and pray that Bryce Young comes out and lights up the NFL like you think he will this season. You better hope and pray that happens, okay? Because if it doesn't happen, mercy. It's going to take more than Magneto. It's going to take... I'm sorry.
Charles, you getting a little long-winded, brother.
Okay.
You're getting a little long-winded.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We got it. We got
it. I just don't like that. I don't like harping on just one example.
Y'all listen.
One thing. I don't like that. That's not a fair assessment.
Charles, okay. If you don't understand PPP angle by now, brother, you ain't gonna never get it. Don't let that man get you all riled up. That's what PPP do. Man, I'm not. You are giving him exactly what he wants you to give him, but y'all not gonna. You don't do that right here, dog.
I know. I'm sorry.
Don't do it right now.
My bad.
You right. Prove. Now Cobra done dropped off, man. All right.
I'm gone. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. I'll drop off, man. But thank you again, man.
All right, man. All right.
It wasn't me.
Cobra, what's going on, man?
Hey, you?
Yeah, I hear you now.
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. What's going on with you, bro?
No, man. Hey, he's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, man. That's all.
Oh, man, I support that, bro.
What's on your mind, brother? Hey, appreciate that support. We greatly appreciate you supporting the channel, man.
Yeah, man. I just really wanted to respond real quick. Yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know why I'm hearing like a double voice. I think it's a leg in between it.
that's probably Nick Gaskin, and he got a 1974 typewriter over there, man. I don't know what Nick might be in the cabin somewhere writing the paper.
What
I
are you
don't know
talking about? That is not me with no echo. And you see,
yes,
you
sir,
see,
that
I
is
was
you with
minding
the
my
echo.
own business.
That is you, sir. Could you mute your mic? Thank you. Go ahead, Cobra. I apologize, man.
Pretty much what I think. I think that Jimmy Horn, I think Jimmy Horn, I think he exceeded expectations because he wasn't exactly the type of receiver that like Dave Canales and Dan Morgan and everybody really wanted. You know what I'm saying? They like big, fast, strong guys, and I think that he just
Okay. Hey,
proved
Cobra,
that.
I think that's your radio in the background. So whatever you're listening to, you might want to turn it down a little bit. Because Nick is muted and I was just muted and I heard the same thing. So it might be your volume in the background.
Let me see. You heard the same thing? Oh shit.
I told you, Tony. Now say you sorry.
I apologize, Nick. God damn.
My fault, guys. I don't usually pop on here like that.
Nick. Yeah, I know, man. You good, Cobra? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so basically, I think Jimmy Horn he has all the intangibles, but I think he was put up stacked against odds. I think that they just really viewed him as a kick return, punt return guy coming in, but he showed that he could actually play receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like any position, you could put Jimmy slot outside, and I don't know. He just exceeded all the expectations. That's why pretty much I think that he earned a spot on this roster, and hopefully they can utilize him. Because it's one thing to get a guy, but if he doesn't really fit your build of receiver, are you gonna use him right? You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I feel you on that. Did you follow Jimmy much when he was in college? When he was at Colorado?
Yeah. I followed Jimmy while he was at Colorado. I don't know why this thing keep doing that. Hey, I think there's something wrong with my phone. So let me hop off of here, man, and stop wasting y'all time. Just keep hearing my voice in double.
Okay.
So I'll try to fix this, and I'll try to hop on your show tomorrow, bro.
Hey, I'm like I said, I'm here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, brother. So whenever you see the link, feel free to hit it up. I appreciate you.
All right, bet that up.
All right, man. I bet. Hey Nick, you gonna stop talking junk about me in the chat while you in the backstage. Boy, you is something else. You know what? You is something else. You is something else. I was like, what is this dude doing? But listen, if y'all listen for deeper roster and film conversation, hey, join me membership into my Patreon. We're getting ready to wrap up over there real soon. Now that the regular season is about to start, that's where we're gonna be doing a lot of film evaluation, breaking down film, talking about scheme, technique. The college football season is getting ready to ramp up here. I think there's some D2, D3 games that come on tonight, but next week is basically week 1 for college football. So we're gonna be looking at draft eligible players for next year and things like that, breaking them down based off of technique. So everything that I will be doing over there on Patreon, everything is film. It's not no highlight tapes. It's no cut up from Huddle or nothing like. These are all actual game tapes. You know what I'm saying? For college, whether it's P4, Group of 5, HBCU Division II. I have access to all of that. So listen, check out my Patreon page. I will put up the link, but you can go to any of the social media handles, whether it's Twitter, X, or YouTube. It's UO Sports Talk. All right. So on the screen right there, you can go to the Patreon /CW/unbiased opinion sports talk, and it'd be easier if I put it into the chat so you can click on it and go straight to it that way. But yeah, there's 3 tiers. There's the fan zone tier, the film room access tier, and then there's the debate table VIP tier, which is the top tier. All right, so I just dropped the link in the chat. Y'all can check it out. I post and I drop information over there on the daily for all 3 tiers, even the free members. Okay, but if you want to get access to the film breakdown, the film study and things like that, get more into a deeper conversation, then you have to be a film access member or debate table VIP. All right. So Slick Nick, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, man, I'm good, man. I just tell these mothers, make sure they support your content. I enjoy Tony's great debate. So
yeah. All right, no support for Mullins before we get out of here. I'm trying to give you opportunity. You the only one on the panel now. You the only one.
Man. I was being quiet. They was having a tiss. I'm gonna just say it. Like I said, I'm gonna wait to see what happens. Let's see what happens. I ain't going one way or the other. If he comes out here and puts up, he puts up. But
no, sir, you have not hit a nerve. Far from it. But go on.
Yes, I did. Look at that. But anyways, if he comes up and performs, he does. I do think he has put on a good show in training camp and stuff like that. Now I do know that he got rolled up on during the Jacksonville joint practice, and so he has been in a walking boot. Dave did say he would take that walking boot off today, and then
he did say that.
He will be ramping him up until week 1. So they won't. That's obviously telling you he's not going to play tomorrow. So they're just looking forward to get him ready for the opening week. So I just hoping that he gets it together.
Okay. All right. So one practice exposed Carolina protection problem. Houston defense showed why that problem was so difficult to solve. Jimmy Horn continued demonstrating how a young player strengthens his roster case by becoming useful in more ways than one. All right. Wednesday exposed 3 truths for Carolina. Houston defense disrupted Young's timing, controlled the pocket, and forced hurried decisions. Ekwonu and Moton's absences explain part of the result, but not the need for a complete protection plan. And Jimmy Horn Jr. added value beyond speed. Friday must show Carolina can correct, adjust, and build trust before the regular season. All right. So if you enjoyed the conversation, hit that like button for me on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Share the show with other Panther fans that may not have heard of Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Share it with the family member, co-worker, anyone you can share it with. All right. So keep the debate respectful. Keep the football facts first. And always keep pounding.